Check, 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 check.
Streets raise me, Wall Street pays me. 2 million in taxes for a hood, it's crazy. I used to be that half a brick, whole key, baby. Now I caught that real estate and Uncle Sam hate me. Every dope boy dream to make $1 million off that yay. Off options play, we made $1 million in a day. Tell me how we go from broke, but got so many paid. And I'm never switching sides, but I talk it's hard to trade. Copping stocks for that low, like selling work. And that Joe, my re-up money secure. I got in, I got out. Giving all glory to God. Hold up, this ain't me. Tell me how we went from trapping to rapping on BET. Last week I told investing to the Kansas City Chiefs. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. They say Trapper perfect mixture of Warren Buffett and Meach. No more shoebox money, them portfolios elite. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. I'm gone. Yeah.
What's good, what's good, what's good, family? It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trapper, man. Welcome to another amazing episode of Trappin' Tuesdays, y'all. Yeah. and heal on my mind. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, listen. Y'all could have chose to be anywhere tonight, but yet you chose to be here with us. And for that, we always want to let you know, man, how grateful we are for you. 140 episodes in. Like, I remember when somebody told me, most people who start shows don't make it to 50 episodes. And they said, the average ones make it to 100. I said, wait, what? He said, listen, because most people start with an idea, and then when they realize what it takes to consistently grow, the growing pains, the money spent, the consistency, the discipline, day in and day out, they quit at 50. But on average, the average ones get to 100. And I just want y'all to know that you all are the fuel that keeps us going. You all are the fire, the heart, the soul that makes Trappin' Tuesday something that I prepare for all week long. You all make Trappin' Tuesdays so phenomenal, y'all. And I promise y'all, we are so grateful for each and every last one of y'all. We started this show with 800 people watching this show, and we thought that was a lot. We were grateful for that. And then I remember telling Jose, I say, bro, if we can get 2,500 people, we good. And then I said, bro, if we can get 5,000 people, we good. And then miraculously, y'all, we did 6,000. And then almost 7,000 one time. I'm telling y'all, we are so grateful for y'all. And I just want y'all to know that we love y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. Man, I pray for y'all. And I just want y'all to know that, man. So again, episode 140, man. We just want to congratulate y'all. Not us, but y'all. Wow, I keep pressing hill. That October's on my mind, you heard me? All right, man. Let's get to it, man. Listen, we got an amazing show tonight for y'all, man, right? But I want to start this episode off. We start each and the episode off. I like to just pour my heart out, right? Nothing rehearsed, top of the head, how I feel from out my heart, a mixture of gospel, a mixture of ambition, a mixture of motivation, inspiration, but the biggest ingredient in it is love. The most dominant ingredient in this first 30 minutes of this show is love. I want us to know this. The market does not give us what we want. The market gives us what we are willing to fight for. Everybody that comes here has a desire, has a vision that they will attain freedom from the market. And what I will say is, your dream is actually a glimpse of what's to come. What I want you to know is, if you have not had a dream about the freedom that the market produces, then you haven't desired the freedom that the market can produce enough. Because the dream of freedom is 100% intoxicating. Like, I remember, like, I'm from New Orleans, right? And when I haven't had a drink in years, but I remember we would judge the alcohol based on what proof it is, right? Like, and so when I would go by my people in the country, like, they used to drink moonshine, and it's like 100 and something proof, which means it ain't cut, right? And so I remember, like, I would go to like gas stations and like get alcohol, and I would say, oh, this is only 5% alcohol. I want a little something that's a little harder. All right, so I would go to the next drink, and this 35% proof. Ooh, we know this was going, then we're gonna get that right. Let me get 2 of these. Watch this, y'all. Freedom is 1,000% proof. It's uncut. The wealth that you can produce from the market is uncut. It ain't diluted. It ain't mixed with nothing. It ain't watered down. It's real, authentic freedom. It's 1,000 proof. But it ain't given to you. The market don't give you what you want. It only gives you what you're willing to fight for. And every fighter has to be equipped with tools. And so when we think about the market, we got to equip ourselves with the tools to produce freedom. And so that's stocks, options, ETFs, index funds, futures, calls, puts, straddles, condors, VWAPs, support, resistance. All the tools are essential to produce freedom, family. Joshua told him, he said, hey, prepare the victuals. I mean, take everything you got because we going to war. We at war, y'all. Like, I remember reading about Joseph and he had a dream. And the dope part about the dream that Joseph had was the dream actually told him, hey, you'll be 7 years of this followed by 7 years of that. And so when he had the dream, he said, oh, I got to prepare. I have to move some things around so that we can endure the famine. So when things get back right, we survive till it's abundant. So what am I saying to y'all right here? I'm just saying that you gotta endure everything that's going on right now because money is not the reward, it's the resource that produces the freedom. Tools that produce freedom. We gotta stop thinking we chasing the money. No. Money is only the thing we use to get what we really want. And the thing we really want is freedom. The thing we really want is to be able to spend as much time with our kids as we can. The thing we really want is to be able to take vacations all over the world. The thing we really want is to be able to put our bills on auto pay. The thing we really want is to be able to what? What? Huh? It's being able to look at, hey, I won't go there. Hey, pack up, we gone. It's being able to say, hey, I'm gonna go to work today, but look, I don't feel like it, so I ain't going. I'm not gonna cut my vacation short because I gotta work overtime. These bills backed up, so I gotta do this. No. We want the freedom that the market produces, and the money is just our artillery. That's all it is, man. So before the freedom can be printed, it must be produced in your mind. It must be produced in your heart. And we produce it that way by saying, I am capable of operating this machine. I am capable. I am capable. Will I take some L's along the way? Hell yeah. Will I make some huge gains along the way? Hell yeah. Will I make some mistakes along the way? Hell yeah. Will I triumph and learn from those mistakes along the way? Hell yeah. But when it starts in the mind, when you give birth to it in your heart, then every action that you do after that is a part of the procedure. It's a part of the procedure. The prerequisite of wealth is the pain of taking a loss. Yeah. The prerequisite of wealth, the prerequisite of freedom is being able to endure the pain of taking a loss. You know, it look good. Hey, I made this. Hey, I made that. And guess what? When you take the L, nobody is, hey, where y'all win at? But there's a few that be like, hey, I took that, I learned from it, I navigated, and we be back. The thing is, you fall down, you get up. You fall down, you get up. You don't take 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. You take 5 steps forward, 1 step back, and then 10 steps forward. Which means every time I go forward, when I take the setback, I learn from it and I get better. So I don't take 5, now I go forward 7. I go forward 10. The losses catapult me. The L's catapult me. I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this. Paint this picture for a second, y'all. You walk up and you're dropped somewhere where you're in front of a forest. And they say, hey, on the other side of this forest is freedom. They give you no map. They give you no guide to get through it. They just give you an old, rusty axe. Now, here's the thing. Some people gonna cry about the axe. Some people gonna learn how to leverage the axe. And some people just gonna keep using the dull axe, never making it better. And they'll get nowhere fast. The person that understands, hey, if I'm in the forest, they got rocks somewhere. If they got rocks somewhere, I can sharpen the axe, the blade with the rock. And as I chop, I sharpen. I chop, I sharpen. I chop, I sharpen. Guess what, yo? You gonna make more progress than everybody else right there. Because watch this, what you're doing. You're in motion. You're learning. You're sharpening. You're in motion. You're learning. You're sharpening. And then what happens is, with that motion causes a domino effect. The domino effect of learning. Then what you'll start doing, you'll start, once one tree fall, you'll realize that a tree paved the way for more trees. And then when you'll realize, if I chop this tree off this angle, it'll pave the way for this trees. And if I chop the tree this angle, it'll pave the way for these trees. And before you know it, you've now paved the way from a dull axe that have now got you to wealth. It's not about having a rich parent. It's not about inheriting nothing. It's about taking the hand that I'm dealt and making the best of it. I stand before you right and I can easily say, yo, I ain't never met my dad a day in my life. But that don't stop me from fighting and being a great father. I can stand before you right now and say, hey man, look, I watched my mama OD a couple of times and I watched her use drugs and sell drugs, but I can promise you, yo, I ain't never done a hard drug a day in my life. I can stand right before you right now and say, hey bro, I went to prison at 16, I shot a man, bro, I came home, I almost went to prison again, I went to trial, and I can use that as an excuse of why I ain't learned shit, but guess what? Here I am. Here I am. And each and every week I tell y'all, yo, there's so many of you that are so much smarter than me. The only advantage that I might have on you is I'm willing to fail, I'm willing to look foolish, I'm willing to keep pressing forward no matter what. And some of y'all, you don't want to look foolish, you don't want to fail, you ain't willing to risk it all. I'm willing to risk it all. I'm willing to put it all on the line. Because you can't go no lower than the bottom. I've been there. We all been there. The problem is you get to a certain level and you say, hey, I'm not willing to go back there. And because you're not willing to go back there, it keep you from risking everything that gotta be risked to go 10 times further. You don't got it in your brain that no matter where they put me, I'ma survive. Not only am I gonna survive, but I'm gonna thrive. But here's the reason why I'ma thrive. Because all things work for the good of those who what? Come on. It wasn't mine to begin with. If I steward it right, and I ask for that guidance, I'm gonna possess the land. I'm gonna possess the land. They got land, they got territory with your name on it, but you scared of what it's gonna cost you. You scared you gonna lose what you have now. And I promise you, that's the only difference. That's the only difference. I'm willing to put all my chips on the table. Consistently. And say, God, I've researched, I've studied, I've prayed. However you figure this out, I ain't tripping. That's the superpower. That's the superpower. Because in this game, you can have did all the research, all the homework, lined everything up. And it just don't go your way. But the sweet thing about that is, I don't need it to go my way. As a matter of fact, I don't want it to go my way. I want it to go his way. Because my way got premeditated motives inside of it that won't serve me best. I'm still made of the flesh. So there's things inside of me, there's things that I've incubated that won't serve me best if I use my own understanding. So I make sure I put him in every part of my life. No. Like, I know. We ain't trying to preach here, but I just need you to understand that this thing is bigger than you. I need you to understand that every day you get up, you got an opportunity to change your family dynamic, but you can't do it by yourself because you ain't smart enough. You ain't got it all. There's a plan bigger than you. And as long as you think with just this, you can't see the bigger picture. As long as you basing every move you make on your own instinct, off your own knowledge, you ain't. So I say, God, listen. I need you in every phase of my life, God. Just like you protected me in the streets, just like you protected me when I got shot. Listen, the thing about grace is, grace means he's giving me something that I don't really deserve. Yup. Yup. Yeah. Some of the things I've done, I don't deserve to be here. And I mean that seriously. But guess what? I understand that. And so when I'm praying, I'm like, God, listen, I know I don't deserve it. But you saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. And you allow me to talk to your people. And you allow me to lead your people. And you allow your people to trust me. You allow me to be transparent and vulnerable with them. And listen, God, for that, I can't do it without you. And so I want you to understand that, freedom is our birthright. Wealth is our birthright. You got programmed by the environment that money was scarce. You got programmed by the environment that you didn't deserve this and that you got to work. Listen, he wants us to have sweatless victories. But we don't study the ant, sluggard. We don't store up. We spend it all. We don't invest. We save it all. The ant stores and gets ready to invest in the next season. The one who just saves is called wicked and slothful. There's a version of our life that we see like Joseph. He gave it to us in a glimpse, in a dream. The problem is we keep disregarding the dream. We keep disregarding the dream because somewhere along the line, we done let social media, we done let entertainment, we done let everybody else get in the way of the dream. So now the dream that we have is diluted with a false fallacy. They ain't hear me. The dream said, hey, I need you to teach. I had a 6,000 square foot building. I was like, hey, this ain't big enough. Never did a real estate deal a day in my life. I said, God, hey, this, if that's what you want, I ain't tripping. So when I thought the legacy center was the one I went after, when the young king got it, I wasn't mad. I saluted him. I said, God, that probably wasn't for me. I'm good. No hate, no ill will. Called that man, congratulated that man. Say, man, kill it, bro. Three months later, 50,000 square feet. In a shorter distance. Legacy Center would have been almost an hour away from me. So watch this, y'all. Stop being mad when people attain stuff that you thought you should have had when they got something else with your name on it. Let that go. The version of what I wanted was, I'm gonna get that. I say, nah, bruh. I got something else with your name on it. Congratulate that man, because he mine too. Salute that man, because he mine too. I got him on a different mission than I got you on. I got him doing something else over there. I need you here. I'm going to give you what I want. I'm going to give you what I want you to have. I'm going to give you what I need them to be. You keep getting mad because you see somebody else accomplish something. Oh, man, he did this. Oh, man, she did that. You done got so caught up in that. You done built this madness and you done built this, I'm going to get revenge. God said, what? Revenge? I do that. Save the wrath for me. Say the revenge for me. Let me deal with that. You move how I tell you to move. Okay, bet. Okay, bet. So we looked at some different buildings, and I was like, man, that ain't the one. Looked at some different buildings, that ain't the one. That's in Norcross, that's too far. That's in Duluth, man, that's too far. That's in Lawrenceville, man, that's too far. Bing! I say, God, you just move in a miraculous ain't even much. Why am I telling y'all this? If you get what you think it's supposed to be out of your brain, if you get what you think it's supposed to be out of your heart, if you get what you think it's supposed to be out of your spirit, then what's designed for you will come to you on a platter. What's designed to you will come to you in a way that you least expect it. And it's gonna come so easy to you. It's gonna make you say, yo, why didn't I do this from the beginning? So you want freedom. There's a stock market for you. And he tells us that he gives us the ability to produce wealth, and then wealth produces freedom, chain reaction. But the thing you gotta get is to tools. You gotta get the tools to produce freedom. It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trapper, man. Episode 140, man. We in a building, man. Why I keep pressing that?
I don't know why you keep hitting that joint.
Why I keep pressing that, cuz? Why I keep pressing that, cuz?
Hey, bruh.
Why I keep pressing that same button, dog?
Look.
Here's
the crazy part, right?
What you got, dog?
Every week.
What?
Every week you come with that word, bruh.
What word?
Just a word. Don't say nothing.
What you talking about, dog?
You know how you be in church? People be asking me. They be like, bruh, how you do it? I be like, yo, I be catching that little church tear too.
Man, get the hell out of my face.
I just caught it. I'm in the joint like, you know how you can try and put your head up so the tears can fall back in? I'm catching the church tears in this joint like, bruh, this Bama get in there.
Man,
like,
get your partner.
man. Nah, I still be feeling that.
Man, get your partner.
Hey, look.
LaShawna, get your partner.
Y'all ain't feel it. Y'all faking if y'all say they ain't feel it. Come on,
get your
bro.
partner, man.
Stop it. I'm getting text messages.
Push it up a little bit, huh?
I'm getting DMs.
Man, get out of here, man.
I'm just saying. Look, I was in that joint right there. I was like,
man, give me some more.
I would have wiped my face with this joint, but we cleaned the stuff with it.
Push this up for me.
Benton, put that thing up for me.
No, the actual thing. The actual.
Oh, yeah.
So I
can't get that joint.
Man, what you talking about, bro?
Oh, man. Nah, that was good, bro.
The man said I had to face
the church tear. You got to put your head up so the joint can fall back. And that thing. Oh. Is it different? How you feeling though?
Hey, bro, let me tell you something. I feel so good. Man, the last couple of days, man, I'm not gonna lie. You know what? I think that that Easter weekend, Mark Isaac, I appreciate you, brother. That Easter weekend was needed. That long week, because what happened was Friday, I think so like I was already in a good mood, and I'm not gonna lie, like, so I was telling, like, we're gonna talk about Netflix tonight, right? And so that put me in a good energy.
Hey, stock a week keep you off the street.
Somebody here said, listen, somebody in the chat, somebody on the post, when I post the Netflix, then they said, hey, Trap, we got to give Jose his credit, a Netflix stock a week. I said, bro, don't get this dude started. I started to delete the comment, bro. Like, hey, you got to give Jose his prop, bro, a Netflix stock a week. Keep you off the street. I said, man, I can't. I said, I can't do this with this guy. So I think that set the tone for my weekend. Like, anybody who in the market, they know this. Like, if you lose some money on the last trading day, you feel like you hold that at least to like Saturday evening. You be like, damn, man. Like, you be ready to get back to the market. Like, if you lose some money on a Friday or something, or a last trading day, you be like, damn, what? Man, I ain't going to work out in the morning, man. Shit. I get up when I get up, yeah. Right? So you really don't be, so I was telling Sean what I did with the Netflix play. So what we did with that, oh my God, TC, what's good, family?
TC and the New American Dream. Salute, y'all.
What was the New American Dream?
They just put the...
Oh, salute.
Yeah.
So what we did was, we had made a small game on the Netflix play the day before. And the reason why I say that is, my family, what's good? Thank you for the super chat. So we had there I guess for me it was like 18,000, but I'm not gonna shine on that because we still down $1 million. You know what I'm saying? But it maybe got like 20% on the Netflix play. It was something like that, and I got out of it, right? It was the Tuesdays, I think Wednesday, something fell down, so I got out, I got to 18. But I knew I wanted to get back in it. And because I felt really good about what they had been doing. You know, I've been a Super Bowl on Netflix since like 2022. You know what I'm saying? So I just believe in the brand. And I just see they outpacing everybody. So I went to Patreon, I said, listen, y'all, I know this kind of expensive. You know, I said, but just the way that they move and the way they print money, I feel kind of confident about it. So we got back into play probably like, you know, that morning. It ran up. And so we had 10 contracts and I was telling Sean, I was like, say, bro, like, I remember driving. I was on the way because Darius Daniels had just came. I'm driving. And Darius let me go I'm going to see the church. So I can, you know, because Darius told me something. I'm going to tell y'all something that somebody told me that I think everybody should hold. And he told it to me and it set in my heart. Stop letting your standard of excellence get in the way of your progress.
Man, they go them church tears again. Y'all playing.
Yeah, he told me that. I said, oh, my God.
Sheesh.
Right? And I said, what? He said, stop letting your standard of excellence get in the way of progress. And so basically what that means is, like, there's a standard that I have in my life. And there's a vision that I had for this building. Now, it goes back to something we said in the beginning of this, right? What you want and what God telling you to do. Watch this. I said something last year, and you gonna remember this.
Yep.
Your best move ain't in God's playbook. Your best move ain't in God's playbook because it's your best move, not his best move.
Yep.
You feel me? And so in my mind, I'm like, yeah, man, you know, I want the Freedom Center to be like this. So I got this grand vision of what it's supposed to look like, the Taj Mahal up in here. Chandeliers and
porcelain.
So Darius Daniels saw it, and he was like, Trap, this, he said, yo, this powerful. He said, I got to give it to you, bro. Like, and I heard the vision. He said, bro, you can do all of that in here. The vision, I know for sure it's God in you, but what the rap that you got the vision in is yours. Now, I'm paraphrasing what he said to me, right?
Still.
So the vision that you have on what you want to do in here is God-given. But the rap that I'm rapping the vision in is my own. Because I'm rapping the vision and what I want it to be. But that ain't it. He said, hey, stop letting your standard of excellence get in the way of your progress. And essentially what a lot of us do is we let what we want to do get in the way what God told us to do. You feel me? And so mind you, so this how the day went. So I'm like, dang, that's powerful. So he said, look, I want you to come to my church. It's an hour and 30 minutes away.
Oh, you took that hike.
Watch this. I knew I needed to see it. He said, I just need you to see what you can do with a space.
Yeah.
And it don't gotta be Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
And it can be more cost effective. Because everybody who was looking at the building, interior design wise, bro, they was hitting me for a M. And I'm not saying they wasn't worth it. Let me not say that these people wasn't worth it. I'm not, like, I went and got some dope people, and I know they worth it. But the problem is, when you don't already put $1 million in it,
time to negotiate.
it's time to stop letting your standard of excellence get in the way of the progress. You feel me? We already an M in. And not an M, this is an M my money.
Right.
This ain't a loan. This
liquid.
Liquid, you heard me? Like, so I'm like, all right. So I go see it and I see the building and I'm like, oh. But look, I'm on my way there and Netflix earnings. So like I got the phone on the thing, I'm driving, and when that thing said, hey, Netflix earnings up, I pull the truck over on the interstate. Pull it over. Because I knew for a fact I needed my attention on that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this. That play cost me, I think me and Sean together, we put the money, like when we added it up, how much all 10 contracts costed, it was I had 120,000 in there. Now, mind you this, I'm gonna say this, and it's not from a flexing perspective. 120,000 is not the most I've ever put in a play.
Right.
But when you down an M,
you feel it. It got a little something to it.
it got a little bite.
Yeah. Got a little bit of A1.
You feel me? Like, I done put 100,000 in a play and be like, hey, I ain't tripping. Right? But when you down an M, that 100,000 bite. You know what I'm saying? It bite. I ain't gonna lie to you. It bite. So I had to pull over. I gotta swerve up in that corner. Whoa, whoa. So I push it over. And when that thing said,
Wait, you was following PD?
No, he had given me the address.
He gave you the address.
Yeah.
Okay, bet. So you could.
So I pull over. I'm in a caddy. I pull a caddy over. I pull a caddy over. Look. Hey, y'all, look at George. Look at George.
George barely giving super chats.
George give us a super chat. From now on, George can't come in for this. We gonna want the super chat from him.
Super chat while he on the camera.
Hey, give me some of my payroll back. Give me some of my payroll back. Yeah. So look, brother, cousin, I love you, cousin. So look, I pull it over, and I hear Netflix hit on top of it. I say, I'm in the truck. Look, I do this look. I go crazy in the truck. I hit the steering wheel. I probably hit the hazard lights. People think I like,
Right.
I'm in the truck going, I'm like, I was like, yeah. You know, I started getting the Patreon. I'm like, yeah, man. So, you know, the Patreon, they like, hey, you know, we hadn't had a big win in a minute. You know what I'm saying? We hadn't had like one of them. So we had some days, but we ain't had a, like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So that joker popped, and I was like, yeah. So that set the tone.
Oh, yeah. So you was already.
I called Sean, like, hey, Sean. Yeah, because me and Sean talk how I talk. You know what I'm saying? So I called Sean, so we had that Patreon people like, hey, bro, like everybody who, was in that joint, man, salute. That's what I love about the Patreon, too. Like, they'd be like, hey, bro, like, it ain't no hate in there from what I be seeing. You know what I'm saying? We used to have some people on some weirdo stuff, but they really be on some, like,
they set the culture.
we all on some, everybody in there on some, hey, we navigating, we learning, we leveling up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm even telling them, like, hey, y'all, I'm leveling up right now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm leveling up. You know what I'm saying? And I think everybody's supposed to level up, you dig? So we talk about that. So the mole for the weekend is I ain't lost no money. You know what I'm saying? We done made some bread. So now I'm like, hey, you better hold on. You better hold on Monday. So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna drop that boy off in the morning. Monday come, we slashing that thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we got out of it yesterday morning. It dropped down. Today it spiked back up another $70. I'm not mad because it came back down at the end of the day. And I told them I'm gonna probably get back in it. My 3 best plays has just been AutoZone, well, since February 19, AutoZone, Costco, Netflix. I've been eating off them, in and out. And you know that ain't me, but I've been holding for like 2-3 weeks. All right, I gotta get out of it, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, goes to Darius Daniels, sees that church, bro, and it was a beautiful situation.
Yep.
Because he was like, Trap, listen to me. The most money you're gonna spend on an event on your space is your stage, because that's what people coming to see.
Yep.
You want a good stage, you want great sound,
Yep.
and you want visuals. He said, if you putting that 40-foot screen up right there, it's gonna be immersive. Let's run a video right quick. Let's let them see it right quick. I want to show y'all something right quick, you heard me? If you didn't see it, check us out right quick, you heard me? This is gonna be good for the people to see, man. Let them see the video, man. We got this in the day. Our ancestors came to this continent, and they were made to believe that they weren't worthy of freedom. They were made to believe that they were only worth being subjugated to second, third class living. They were made to believe that they didn't have the right to be smart, brilliant, own land. They were made to believe that they weren't worthy of the same life as those who oppressed them. the things that are written on the Constitution, freedom, justice, equality, while put in some of the most inhumane living conditions and circumstances, being treated worse than some animals are treated, they still somehow, inside of them, fought for what they believed in. We understand that everybody won't see the moment because the nooses have changed, the shackles have changed. Fear is now what imprisons most people. It's not the lack of education. You will learn a lot while you're in pursuit. Because what most of us don't realize is safety is the real prison. Yeah, man.
Journey to freedom.
Yeah, man. And so what happened was, so let me tell you how that come about before we get into the show. You know, I was talking to David Shands, and he was like, hey, listen, I know the pressure of building that big boy out. He said, I know it's a savage. He said, here's what I want you to do. He said, this is gonna help you. He said, whatever you got right now in there, I need you to get a 3D rendering of it.
Yeah.
I said, why? He said, that way you could get it out your head. He said, what's driving you crazy right now is you only got the vision in your head.
Yep.
It's gonna drive you crazy until it's done.
Mm-hmm.
He said, get it out your head, get you a 3D rendering so you can see it.
Yep.
And then once you see it and you compare it to what you got, you know you're making progress.
Mm-hmm. All day.
So when I got the rendering today, I was like, yeah, progress.
Mm-hmm.
Almost shed a tear.
Yeah.
I was
the
like,
church too.
I say that's progress. And so I said that to, let's go, Ash, you know that. And so, you know, you don't see a lot of us like that. A lot of entrepreneurs are I'm gonna tell y'all something like, I'm gonna tell y'all that, like, get a 3D rendering made of what you trying to do. I'm doing that from now on.
For everything.
Because what happens is it takes the idea and it makes it real.
Yeah, it's tangible now.
It made it real. I'm like, oh, the stage, oh, the screens, oh. And I'm gonna tell you how fast I acted. I went to my guy who do the paint. I said, hey, I need you to come in here. Here's what I want to do to the walls. Like, and it made me just, so I said all that to say, bro, I had a good weekend. And so that led into how I'm feeling right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just from a good weekend to seeing that, to getting this today, you know, this weekend I prayed a lot, you know what I'm saying? I was asking God, like, do your thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't gotta have control.
Yeah.
I trust you.
Yeah.
Financially, business, my family, I trust you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that kind
That's real though, because a lot
shifted
of
my
us,
spirit.
we forget that. I always say God's the God of the encore.
Yeah.
We forget, we get amnesia.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you done it 1,000 times before, so that's heavy.
Yeah, so that's where I was at. So that just made me feel good, man. It made me feel good. It made me feel better. So let's get into the show, man. Let's get into the show. I appreciate y'all for letting me have that, what that was, how long it was, about an hour?
We only at 51.
51 minutes? Oh, come on, man. We winning right now.
Come
on, we gotta go Mantra. We gotta go Mantra. Oh, hold up, man. Let me call my people out, man.
Oh, yeah, right.
Come on, man. Jason was good. Double R was good, man. Raina Hurt was good, man. Jason was good. Nettie, I love Nettie, man. What's good, Nettie? She always rocking out. Gino was good, family. He said Deacon Trap. Miss B was good. Roxanne was good. Jelly was good, family. KJ, what's up? Tanya, what's up? Wizzy Brown, what's up? Authentically Me, what's popping? L Smiley was good. Thavion, what's good, family? Happy Chef was good. Steve was good. C. Dot was good. Oh, Lashana, I got to give you a screenshot. My guy C. Bush ordered something in January, and he hasn't gotten it. Let's make sure he get that, and let's make sure we look out for him, you hear me? Send him a something extra, you hear me? C. in the building. Dr. Veronica was in the building. T-Money was good. Bill Oliver was good. Shazam X was popping, family. Amelie was good. Dell was good. Anthony was good. It's going Dollar Bill was popping. Larry Morgan, I was looking for your name, bro. I'm like, where Larry at? Rams was good, you know. I was looking for your cheesy bread. Salam alaikum, my key. Let's go, man. My family, I can't forget about y'all, man. Crypto Ken was good. Let's go. D'Angelo was good, man. Val was good. Della was good. Old Treese was good. Big Vance was good, man. I see my people in here, man. Let's go, man.
Then I got to shout out my baby because she going to be on just for 30 minutes and then she
I had to shout her out. And she come with the super chat.
Yeah, she come with the super chat, then she out.
Come on,
be
she
like, you
out.
ain't watched the whole show? Like, man.
She don't need to. That's my girl.
Man.
And she be in and out.
Yeah, in and out. Like
So
a
she'll come in, she'll leave, but then she'll pop back in.
Pop in. Let me see what they talking
Yeah,
about.
I be checking her out. She
Make
be doing
sure
all
Jose
the time.
don't say nothing
Carolina
crazy.
Blue was good, man. I know you. KJ was good, man. Was good, y'all. Yeah, man. Z, man. E-Lo was good, man. Come on, man. We rocking out, man. We rocking out. Oh, Jermaine, what's poppin', family? I see you, man. JC was good, man. Shout out to the Patreon, man. Shout out to Trappers Anonymous, man. Let's go, man. All right, man, let's get our mantra in, and then let's get to it, man. We got a dope show tonight, man. I am a certified Wallstreet Trapper. I am confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I am more than capable of operating this machine. Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information I apply today. I'm a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break all the chains that anchor me to that poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I've turned our last name into an asset. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will the generations behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wallstreet Trapper. And Wall Street looks like us now, man. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Let's go. Hey, can you throw me one of them green juices back there? Yeah, that's what we doing right now. Let's go, man.
I thought you was drinking the tea up there. Well, that's old tea.
This old, it smell old. You can tell when your tour ran here. Niggas don't care about me.
She ain't hear that.
Niggas don't care about me. Niggas be letting me.
Like sitting in that. Get L. Like, L, how you not going?
They don't care about me, dog. Be all over the place, my nigga. At least George would be like, hey, you need some ice?
Right.
Yeah, but now it's late now. I'm straight. But I'm gonna drink it all up.
Poor thing. It's all right, L.
Let me say something to y'all. I'm gonna say something to start this off, Jose. I gotta be real. Fellas, let me say something. Let me say something right quick, Jose. Fellas, you gonna use this market to print money. You're gonna use this market to add to your family's purchasing power. But know that it attracts things as well.
Wow.
While David was also the man who chased God's own heart, David also had vices. And I want you to understand something. Enoch, God took him. He didn't have to die. Moses actually was healthy when he died. God said, hey, you can't go. So he took him. David actually died of a sickness. And the way they knew David was sick, was they put a woman in the bed with him and he turned her down. The way that they knew David was sick was they put his vice in the bed with him and he turned it down. And his people said, oh yeah, he's sick. He having an issue. He ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
Fellas, I want you to understand something. It's real talk. Your vices will be undefeated. And they will get you when you're at the top of the mountain. And the minute that you stop asking God to help you, guide you, strengthen you, the minute you think you could do it on your own is the minute the enemy gets you. The further away you get from God, the closer you get to him. The further you get away from God, especially when you get some money, it's the closer you get to him. This game gonna change our life. This game gonna change our life. There's no doubt about it that everybody watching this show, that everybody that partake in this market, this game gonna change your life. But who do you become in the process of a life-changing event? And I'm not standing before you like I'm just some saint. I've been working at my spirit heavy. Listen, I said something before. I said, listen, the flesh is a greedy monster that's never satisfied. You can't please it. And the worst thing you could do is give in to it. You give in to it consistently, you start justifying it. And I promise you, them vices go undefeated. And the worst thing you can have, let me rephrase that. The worst thing you can be as a man that's getting money is sexually undisciplined. It's the worst thing you could be as a man. That's a provider. You're the strength of your family. People depending on you. The worst thing you can be is sexually undisciplined. The worst thing we can be, fellas. You know the game gonna print money for us. And some of y'all gonna get really, really, really good at it where you can down there do it with your eyes closed. Some of y'all gonna get so good at this game, you gonna question everything you ever did in your life. And you're gonna be like, bruh, why didn't I learn this before? But the thing is, you're gonna be good at getting money, but you ain't gonna be good at discipline. You're gonna be good at getting money, but you're not gonna be good at telling yourself no. You're gonna be good at getting money, and you're gonna start thinking, I can do this. I can just a little bit of that. This one time ain't gonna hurt. And whatever you start to normalize becomes a part of who you are. So I'm not here to act like I'm innocent. I'm telling you, listen, a lot of stuff about me changed once I start getting a little bread. Once I started getting more attention. Once I started seeing more eyes was on me. But most importantly, once I changed my circle. Once I start having different conversations. Once I start affiliating myself with men who not just honored the women in their life or whatever, but they honored themselves. They hold themselves to a different type of accountability and standard. So I'm not here to act like I'm bigger than nobody. I'm not here to act like I'm better than nobody. What I am saying is, fellas, I've never been a woman before, so I don't know what they go through. I'm not that type of guy to be like, women do this. I don't know, bro. All I've been is a man. And I know this, fellas, like God ain't never stopped making beautiful women. As a matter of fact, that's one of his specialties. You gotta have the discipline, fellas. We gotta have the discipline. Because what I do know is in a woman's nature to chase strength and security. So fellas, that's my real talk for us. We're gonna get this money. We're gonna make this market print. Get you some discipline on the way. As a matter of fact, if you're not where you want to be at financially, now is the perfect time to start being around men who are financially disciplined. Now is the perfect time to be around men who look at drinking a certain way, who look at smoking. I'm not saying don't drink. I'm not saying don't smoke. But there's a certain level of men that look at that differently. Like, hey, one is my limit. Hey, I might cheat, but I'm cheating while I'm in the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, I'm not here to pass judgment. I'm saying, though, get around men who help you eliminate the things that put you in situations that make you vulnerable. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Don't be around men who justify or, watch this, who help you modify so that you can indulge. Don't be around men if you know you got a girl or you know you got a wife, and you getting some money, don't be around men that make you think it's okay to cheat on your girl. I told Jose this the other day, and this real talk. No, I'm lying, this wasn't Jose. I told this to him 500. I said, bro, before I would cheat on my girl, and embarrass her, I'll break up with her. I break up with her. The difference with me is I pray for that woman. Literally, I pray for her. God, you give her to me, I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure that I show up the way I'm supposed to show up. And so all I'm just saying to us is, fellas, let's just make sure that we not putting ourselves in situations that jeopardize the thing that we prayed for. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not here to judge you, fellas, because I am you. I'm not here to judge you because I done been where you been, I done did. I know what it's like to be a man, and I know how temptation run wild. I told my dog Toby this the other day. I said, you cannot be tempted by something that you didn't already think about. He said, ooh, boy, I ain't never heard it like that before. I said, you can't tempt me with smoking crack. I ain't never thought about it. You can't tempt me with snorting dope. I ain't never thought about it. That wasn't never something that I think, yeah, that might be kind of cool. All right? But I am a man who has I've been single for a long time. So I know, I even started unfollowing certain pages because I know I don't want to linger on this page too long. I didn't want to linger here too long. So I started unfollowing certain pages that I knew wasn't conducive to me having the thing I prayed for. And we not perfect. But all I'm saying to us as fellas is just this. We gonna get that money. It's in us. We wired to go hunt. We wired to be alpha. Majority of us. We wired to provide, to protect, and to get that bag. But we also got this mechanism that sees the opposite sex, that sees the opposite sex, that sees the opposite sex, and they get turned on. And we gotta learn as men how to manually override that mechanism. Because money only puts us in situations to devour the thing that we are wired to conquer. And so what we gotta do is we gotta shift what it is that we won't conquer. And I'm gonna leave that at that. All right. I'm gonna leave that at that. Let's get to our show, dog. That was just on my heart, bro.
No, actually we needed it, but the trap was on my head because they were saying, Jose, why you ain't bring the beat in?
You gonna run the show, you gonna let them run the show, bro.
No, it was just funny though. The trappers be on the head.
Yeah.
I'm like, bruh, let them cook. Let that thing breathe a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let it breathe.
Nah, bro, because you know what, bro? Like, I'm tired. I don't want us. I know the power of this game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know the power of it, bro. And I know what it can do for, man, just a nigga coming out the hood, coming out the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm him.
Yep.
I'm him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I start seeing numbers different, not because I sold the most dope, not because I worked the most hours. And I start printing the most. I start printing money.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I print that money, baby. You know what I'm saying? And never once say like, I'm the best. I print money.
Yeah.
And so what happens is I know how that make you, like, it's a difference. Watch this, bro, it's real talk. It's a difference from knowing you getting paid from that thing that you really, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep.
Like, it's a bravado that come with it.
Yep.
Cause I know nobody ain't hand me this.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go hunt that.
And then you become a magnet. You become a magnet.
Cause watch this, bro. And it's in women to understand the difference between a confident man and a man that ain't got no. You walk different.
Yep.
You talk different. You smell different. And just like we got that thing in us, they got it in them. So where that confidence come from? That confidence come in the room. Where that come from? What you doing?
Yep.
And usually, it's the dope boys that got it. Cause we come in like, hey, what's up? What we doing? They ain't got no money to me. What's them? You feel me? So fellas, it's in us to have that. There's nothing like knowing, hey, I went got that money out the market. You walk through life with a different type of confidence, knowing, and I'm not saying this in no bad way, because if you a CEO of a company, you feel that way. If you great at what you do, you know you getting paid from what you, like the thing that you're good at doing.
Yep.
If you a freaking CFO, yeah, you good with working people money. You know I'm getting paid for the thing I know how to do.
Yep. Your circumference changes.
So it's a change, bruh.
Yep.
You feel me? And so I just don't want, for me, I'm talking to the hood dudes too, like, hey, and I ain't just saying the hood dude that hustle. I'm talking about when you coming from the hood, you come from the bottom.
Right.
And this game start changing your life the way you know it can change your life. Like, you walk through life a little bit different, and the women in your neighborhood gon' know that. Yeah. The women in your thing gon' know that. Your wife gon', oh, baby. Cause it's a thing about us when we winning, when we doing the thing that we do and we at that level with it.
Yep.
So I just don't want to see us put in the work to get there and then fall because we ain't had no sexual discipline.
Yeah. And you speaking for the hood dudes, I'm speaking for the extra regular dudes from the middle class. Shout out to the extra regular dudes.
All right, man, let's get to our show, man. We got a dope show
And
ahead
I'm
of us
glad I ain't
tonight,
get
man.
flushed. Yep, let's get this thing
You ain't
started.
got flushed. That was all right. I'm all right with that. I ain't flushing for that. All right, man, so we had a dope rally today. So let's just talk about it. So we had the NASDAQ up today, popped today, good pop today. The S&P popped today, and the Dow Jones popped 1,000 points today. Now, we had some issues that led to some of these things. So yesterday, stay right there too. So yesterday, a few things came out yesterday that I think kind of like pushed the market. What you think pushed the market down yesterday, Sean? Because it didn't just push down for no reason. So what do you think pushed the market down yesterday?
Honestly speaking, people are still uncertain. You know, the VIX is still high, not gonna lie. Market's kind of moving a little choppy, but people are still uncertain. What moved it up today is beautiful today. Bright green, it's amazing, not gonna lie. Everybody that was selling previously, some of them exited positions today for sure. But yeah.
All right. So what I think kind of pushed the market down yesterday was Trump really was pushing the idea of firing Jerome Powell. Right? I think that was a huge catalyst to yesterday.
I got a question
All right.
for the novice. He can do that?
So
I'm about to say, he flexing on other stuff.
by
so I'm
law,
just-
he can't do it.
Oh, man.
Unless there's unless there's something really tragic to the economy, right? And so just the way he have these manipulative ways, I'm sure he can, because he fired two elected officials earlier, not long ago. And it was like, bro, you can't even do that.
He said, well, I did it.
I did it. So what happens, though, in that situation is if you give him the power to do that, then now nothing is off limits. Because the Fed is an independent dealer. You feel me?
So for the people that don't know about, I guess, the relationship between Trump and Powell, if he gets rid of Powell, for example, right, what would that do to the market, and why is Powell so important?
Well, because if you fire Jerome Powell, then essentially what you do now is you have the power. So mind you, he put Jerome Powell in office.
Yeah.
Right? So he helped vote him in office. But what happens is if you fire Powell, if you fire him, they're an independent agency. They're not the government. The Federal Reserve is not a part of the government. Mm-hmm. It's an independent entity. So if you overstep those boundaries, and it's not like like I say, it's not a event that's really like crippling America, then you then set the precedent of the type of tone we in, right? Because now you saying, hey, like this man has guided us all these years, and you're saying, nope, I'm gonna get him out the way, and then you put somebody else in. They're not gonna trust him. Now you've now flexed your strength. And nobody, here's the thing, America is, so I'm gonna say this, and it's kind of like crazy. America is supposedly a democracy, meaning voting matters. You feel what I'm saying? And so when you throw that out the door, and then that means you have superior power with everything that else goes on, it sends the market in chaos because now the markets have no structure.
That's not.
right? The markets have no structure. And one of the things you don't want, which is why the Federal Reserve was in place from the beginning, because you don't want the president setting interest rates or nothing like that. You want an individual entity doing that. So that is what I think set the market down. Remember, the market already walking on eggshells right now because they don't know what's happening. So any type of bad news sends the market just in this, like, conundrum of a place. So I think today we had a market rally because some good things came out. You know, the market already was just like, so he can only fire the Federal Reserve if it's in a state of an emergency. And it's truly just like, yo, he's not seeing, like, it's like one of those, it has to be an extreme situation. And then even then, he can't just fire him. The Supreme Court would then have to come in and justify what's going on. So like if he say, yo, you fired, the Supreme Court now has the right to come in and say, hey, that ain't right, put him back. So he would have to fire him through an executive order, and the Supreme Court would have to say, hey, we cool with that. So it's a whole, like, thing that's going. But here's the thing. Once you do it and it's done, that then becomes a whole process.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's what, like, kind of shook the market. Now, we had a bounce back today. We had a bounce back today in the market. And I'm gonna tell you something that caught me off guard today. Like, this was just crazy. So Tesla reported earnings. Listen, I didn't do it. Okay. Yeah, I didn't do it. Bro, how these people miss earnings horribly, miss revenue horribly, lowers guidance, and the stock is up $12 after hours.
How does that happen?
They're the only company that could do that.
I told you last time that they had earnings, it popped a little.
They're the only company that can do that.
It's crazy.
They are the only company that can do that. Bro, listen, I've seen Apple, Nvidia, Amazon. I've seen these people beat earnings, beat revenue, stock still falls. I'm talking fall bad. I'm like, bro, this dude, I'm talking about they miss earnings and revenue big, like by billions. I said, huh? I was like, what? And I knew it because I saw, like, once they missed, I saw the stock flirting between 1% up and 1% down. I said, oh, it ain't shoot down? Oh, it's gonna spike. It's gonna spike. So I just was laughing at that, bro. Like, how in the heck could, and in my mind, now, here's what he did say. He did say something that I knew that they like and that all his people want to know. He did say that he will now be spending much less time with Dove so he can focus on Tesla. He did say that. He said, I will spend much less time with Doge than in Tesla, but they did some showings. Tesla is now selling less cars, not just in China, but in Germany, Turkey, Europe. He's now selling less cars. And then they're saying the average EV, people are looking for EVs in the price of $25,000 to $20,000, and that's almost going to be impossible for Tesla to create. Not to mention, 90% of Tesla's battery makeup comes from China. I didn't know that. So the whole while they were telling us that, like, Tesla is the least affected, but a huge part of their component of their batteries come from China. I didn't know that.
Very interesting.
Keyword for the day is embargo.
We gotta bring that back.
Embargo. Word for the day is embargo. The reason why I'm bringing that word up today is because today, Scott Bessick, if you don't know who he is Trump's right-hand man. He is the man that is now doing most of the talking. Right? He's the man that's doing most of the talking. And he said, let me get it, because I had the quote. So Scott Bessick said, he said, I should have gave y'all this to put up too, so y'all can read it. He said, the next step with China, we haven't talking. He said we are going to get closer to doing a deal with China in the near future. No one thinks the current situation and the current status quo is sustainable. With 145 and 125%, I would posit that over the very near future, this will de-escalate. And I think that should give the world and the markets a sign of relief. We now don't have a tariff situation. We more so have an embargo on both sides. So, Scott Bessick is the dude you see, white dude, glasses, talk real proper, not Peter Navarro, and not Howard Lutsky. Both of them are clowns to me. And so he said something that I like. And I think a lot of people need to hear that. This thing is hurting both sides. It's not that America's winning. It's not that China's winning. It's both sides losing. And what both countries are doing now is they're trying to inflict the most pain on each other, but in turn are inflicting the most pain on the citizens. Mm-hmm. And so my thing has always been like, I told somebody in the chat, they was like, Trap, won't you just say you a left-winger? I said, hey, bro, check this out. If I was a left-winger, you can't beat my ass. If I was a right-winger, you can't beat my ass.
People are so...
You feel me?
Into
and I don't care if you unfollow me. Right. You feel me? Like, I don't care, bro. Like, you think because you telling me that matters. I say, bro, more than anything, bro, I like being an independent, but more than anything, my goal is just to put information out, right, and you make your own decision.
Right.
Right? So what I be saying is, bro, like, this don't just hurt China. It hurt us too. And I keep saying this to people. It ain't that they need us. It ain't that we need them. They need each other.
What's your the trap definition embargo? So
I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna break it down. What happens is, bro, like China and America have this weird relationship. And it's a relationship like nobody else has. Right? So people be like, yeah, well, America go to Vietnam. Bro, Vietnam can't produce half of what China does, bro. They don't have the capacity. They don't have the capacity to produce. Their market, their GDP is only $400 billion, bro. China is in the trillions. Think about that. They don't have the capacity. So the dope part about that is this, and I made somebody laugh when I said this. I said, the junkie don't need the dope dealer no more than the dope dealer need a junkie. And that's the relationship America has with China. Right?
I had to run it in my
head. The junkie needs the dope dealer, but the dope dealer needs the junkie. Because if the junkie don't have nobody to sell him the dope, he can't smoke. Because he ain't got enough to go to the connect itself. And the dope dealer, once you get it from the connect, you need somebody to sell it to.
It's mutualism.
It's a mutual, it's a relationship where they cannot leave each other. And what happens is social media has put the world in this place where you feel like there's people who saying China, China, China. There's people who saying America, America, America. And nobody not sitting down and say, hey, what's the facts here? Like, what's the facts here? That's why global trade is a thing. It's not just America. It's not just China. We are so connected. watch this. If we beef, the crazy part is everybody feels it. Every country feels it, probably except for Russia, because they doing their own thing. Vladimir got some other shit going on over there. He doing something else over there. Yeah, leave him over there. Vladimir got something else going on over there in Russia, you feel me? But bro, everybody needs everybody. That's why trade is such a thing, and it's been a thing. And the reason why it's been a thing is because, watch this, they produce things that we don't produce. Right? And the glory of being in America is we have an appetite for everything. Right? Which is why America, watch this, America has more wealthy people than any other country. America. Yeah. You might have some rich people in other, but we got more people of wealth than any other. You got more millionaires, more billionaires than anywhere else in the world. Watch this. Our poverty in America don't even compare to poverty in other places.
Oh yeah, no, that's a different type.
We got a different type of appetite. And so there are so many things you can say that ain't right with America, but there's so many things that you can say, yo, that shit fly.
And if you go over there, you're gonna be like, well, my
You
ticket.
go over there and try to start your tennis shoe business in China and watch how fast you come right back over here.
Right. Talking about I'm homesick.
Go over there and try to start, anything outside of a technology business and watch this. China gonna say, hey, I like it. You don't got no choice but to give me parts of it. Communism, bro. Hey, that's a good idea. You know what? Give me that.
I want parts.
Give me parts. And if you don't give me parts, guess what? Shut it down. If you don't give me parts, shut it down. No, try it. Try it. That's why the dude from TikTok in the jam. That's why he in the jam.
That makes sense.
He in the jam. He got a cold-blooded company, but guess what? China said, hey, I like it. Give me that. Give me parts. And guess what? I'm gonna let you do, but here's some things I won't do with it. Hey, yeah, go, run. Do what you gotta do. And guess what? First thing they said was, once the beef got serious, guess what they said? Hey, deal. He didn't say it. They said, hey, all deals off the table. He ain't say it. Hey, as a business owner, guess what you won't do? You won't sell, you won't exit. You create the business, you grow the business, you exit the business. So you built a company to compete with these things, and then you got Facebook, and they like, hey, they're gonna drop a bag on it. Guess what China said? Hey, y'all, hey, no deal. All bets off. Now you like, damn, I can't. Damn.
Where you going?
Damn, I can't even sell this thing.
Come on back.
He ain't say we ain't selling. They said we ain't selling. When that's your whole purpose is to sell it to the highest bidder. So and listen to this. Why there's beautiful things about China, there's also bad things about China. Why there's bad things about America, there's beautiful things about America. So what I like to tell us is, as a person, because it's easy for me not to be biased, but people read into what they want. Bro, like he said, this hurts everybody. So what is an embargo? So basically right now we have an embargo on China. China has an embargo on us, but they're using it in a crazy way. And an embargo, so a tariff, you know what a tariff is? A tariff is a tax, right? A tariff is a tax. Everybody say that in the chat. Tariff is a tax. Say that in the chat. A tariff is a tax, right? Real dictators, it's all muscle. It's all muscle. Go to China talking about something, I'm a multi-millionaire entrepreneur. Why would happen? Yeah. Yeah, go it up. You're a multi-millionaire. Yeah, you are. Hey, I like it. Give me that. Give me. You know what I mean? So watch this. So embargo is a government order, right, that puts restraints on us dealing with other countries. Meaning we can't ship nothing over there, they can't ship nothing over here, or however they want the embargo to go. No, it can be trade embargo, it can be arms, so it can be like, yo, we had an embargo on Cuba. You couldn't get no Cuban cigars in here. Like, you can go to Cuba and smoke the cigar, but you couldn't come in here. Like, you would go to jail if you try to come in America with Cuban cigars. That was go look it up. Like, it was the U.S. embargo on Cuba. You remember that? Yeah, U.S. embargo on Cuba. And at one time, watch this, at one time, it was so intense, you couldn't even fly to Cuba. Not legally.
I remember seeing the Cuban joint on TV. It's like, yo, you got the Cuban.
Yeah, you couldn't get it here. You had to, like, sneak it. And there's no way to sneak something, but you had to sneak. And then it was like, for a brief kind of time, like, it's like, yo, Cuba like, nope, no Americans can come over here. We good.
I thought it had that fire inside. I was like, why?
This is a Cuban cigar, because it was embargo, B.
Right.
It was a lot going on. Fidel Castro was running that thing how you want to run that thing. It's a whole nother story. Go look that up, right? So, somebody said, you still can't. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So what happens is that embargo can be arms, financial, travel, and trade, right? And it is mostly done to influence politics or get an outcome that one country desires, right? The thing with that is, because China has strength, Cuban doesn't deal with the U.S., see? They don't want no part of it. Now, they just recently, I think, I could be wrong with this, but like Cuba open the door sometimes and be like, all right, y'all can come over, but you can't. But sometimes they'll have the doors closed. Like, I remember it was like maybe 2012, 13. They're like, oh, we can go to Cuba now. So they had that, but they don't do no trade. No. Ain't none of that. None of that. Go look that up.
I want to hear, after you finish, how would you equate that to the streets? Like, I want to hear, like...
It's simple. You can't hustle over here. You can't go over there. You can't come over here.
Okay.
Y'all can't come over here. We can't go over there. You can't hustle over there. You can't. So, like, if you're in the streets like this, hey, bro, I'll let you can come, like, watch this. And the street is, Jose, you holding it down over there. I know you. We good. You'll let me come hustle over there. Sometimes you'll be like, hey, bro, I'll come hustle over there. You give me a little something off the top. You pop me off a little bit. Or, hey, bro, on the string of Jose, I'm gonna reverse that, because I ain't nothing come on the string of you. On the string of me, you come hustle over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, on the string of me, and my name, because my name good over here, is my hood, you come hustle over here. Embargo is, hey, you can't come over here, you can't sell nothing over here, and if you do, it's gunplay. And the goal with doing that is simple, like, my set may be booming enough, and then you may be catching stuff on the outskirts because your set ain't booming like that yet, so you could get, and can't nothing cross this line, is action. You feel me? So that's what the embargo is. So basically the thing too with China is also so strong. They not no weak link. They strong. So they can actually say, hey, we'll go toe for toe. Now, the thing about going toe for toe is he actually hurts the Chinese. They hurt the Chinese economy by doing that. Why? Because they sell so much to America. But you also, with America, you hurt the American economy. Why? Because we buy so much from them. Everything. And I just put this up, and it came on the news the other day about 90%. It's crazy how we be ahead of the news too, dog. Like, y'all got to give us props for how much we really be giving game on here from an educational perspective. After we said this, it came on the news like later that week. Remember, I came out and said, hey, 95% of the key drug components that America gets into drugs come from China. 89% or 87% of antibiotics key ingredients come from China. Literally, this came on the news. Put it up, people.
How much of our drug supply is controlled by China?
We're so dependent on China that if they shut the door on sending medicines to us, our hospitals would shut down within a couple of months.
In the case of some drugs, like antibiotics, China has a total stranglehold.
We can't make penicillin anymore. The last penicillin plant in the United States closed in 2004.
Bruh, penicillin?
Stranglehold. Chokehold.
Bruh, listen to me.
Figure 4.
Penicillin.
We thinking just T-shirts and.
Bro, you thinking just, yeah, T-shirt. No, bro, listen, listen. But so hold up, let's go a little deeper with that though. Bro, why would you close a penicillin plant?
Right. How much sense that make?
Why would you close, like, why don't we produce medicine? You know why? It's cheaper.
Greed.
It's cheaper. Now, we had a video, I'm not gonna play that one because I don't like, it makes sense, but I don't like all the context in it.
Okay.
And it talks about like, America sold us for profit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And
Bruh,
I'm not gonna play that video because it makes sense, but there's some stuff in the video I don't agree with.
Yeah. Just off of that last one though, they said, what, a week? How long she say?
She said we won last week's. We'll be down in a few weeks. Think about it, bro. Think about it. You know why they said it. Bro, why? Listen, use the last penicillin plant. Penicillin is an antibiotic, bro. It gets you.
Right, yeah. They get that out of you.
From the.
Bruh,
but not just that. Penicillin, moxicillin.
Yep.
All of it. Bro, we don't even produce that here. So that's just on that level. Bruh, think about freaking other stuff. 95 of the key components in all of our medicines come from China, bro. How does that make sense? But you know why they sold a plant. Why have a plant over here when we can get it from over there for the low?
For the low.
And then do what? Price gouge. Price gouge. Because we already know. That's why Mark Cuban came out with the company he got. Right? And that's another company I'll call Good RX. Why? Because the legal dope dealing. It's one thing I always say. I'ma always, listen to me. Now, here's what I will say. Here's what I will say. Some people saying, play it. Nah, because I don't agree with all of it, bruh, and I don't agree with everything he said. I agree with about 70% of what he said. What I will say is this, bro, like, I understand that America sell dope to us, but I also understand that, watch this, we ain't got enough discipline. You feel me? So I'ma always buy a company like, I'm gonna get back in Eli Lilly. Cause I understand it. Novo Nordisk. I'm gonna play that when we get in a different environment. I'm gonna run that. You know why? Cause I understand it, bro. I understand it. But you gotta think about it. A lot of stuff that we, and that's why I was saying, that's where the strength, that's where, for me, that's where it's not about, so watch this. Do I think Orange Man has some logic to what he's doing? I just think he's going about it the wrong way. But again, I've never ran a country before. So here's the thing I was saying. Do we need some type of sustainability here in America to be great? 100%. Your biggest enemy cannot be your also biggest supplier. That don't work. In the streets, you done for. Your biggest enemy can't be your biggest supplier. But they also use in Vietnam the back door. So you do need penicillin plants in America. Right? You do need, you know what I'm saying, to make, we should, We should not be getting all our chickens from
Bro, that one still got me. I mean, you know, I'm on the grilled chicken and vegetable joint. I'm like, this came from Vietnam.
You feel me? So while I do understand that, the way you go about doing it is I don't think that's the proper way to do it. You know what I'm saying? But bro, think about that, bro. Nike, a staple in America. 97% of the components from the Nike shoe get made in China. Bro, how? What we doing?
But he talking heavy for somebody who got us by the nuts like that. When you think about all the stuff.
No, it's crazy. But here's the thing. Here's what he does understand. Because we are also your biggest buyer.
The symbiotic relationship.
That's why I say the relationship is so crazy.
Okay.
Nobody buys as much from you as us. So when you take us away from you, yeah, you still gonna make money. But boy, you gonna miss that couple trillion that we spending. Think about it like this. It's simple like being in America. Guess what? If the black ethnic group stops spending at any store, they feel it.
Yeah.
It's simple. Here's how we know it worked. Black people stopped riding the bus in Montgomery, Alabama for a year, and they got some act right. You know why? White people weren't riding the bus like that. They weren't riding the bus like that. Who was riding the bus? Us. We on the bus. They stopped riding the bus for a year, and guess what happened? Hey, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So here's what I understand. The way you get act right in anything is always by messing with somebody's pocket. The problem with that situation is when you do mess with China pocket, you also cripple American pockets because all of America is so dependent on China.
It's catch-22.
That's why I say it's like if that was Canada, we could be like, all right, bet, man, we ain't tripping on y'all.
We don't need your maple syrup.
We'll find a way to, you know what I'm saying?
We'll find a way.
If it was Mexico, all right, bro, like y'all make the cars, but you know what? Venezuela, well, we can figure it out. But we so interwoven, both of us. It's a toxic relationship that nobody wants to divorce from. That's essentially what it is, bro. It's a toxic-ass relationship that nobody wants to leave from. But watch this. Both of them hate that they in it.
That's heavy.
Canada got our electricity. They only got a couple states. They don't got the majority of it. They only got 4 states.
Yeah.
We'll sacrifice them.
Yeah.
No, real talk. You can sacrifice them to get, like, if Canada said, hey, we gonna cut them 3 states off. Hey, bro, check it out. LG&L, hey, let them go. Now, it'll be painful.
Yeah,
but they can find a way to work that out, right? But China is, listen, 90, so watch, let me tell you how that makes sense. A stat came out. Watch this, bro. This is about to blow your brain. 74% of Americans in their lifetime will have some type of medical issue. Why does that make sense? Why does that hurt so bad? Watch this. Of that 76%, 30-something% of them will be fatal or life-changing issues that need medicine. Okay, why does that make sense? If 70-something% of the population of America in their lifetime is going to have a medical issue that needs medication, and 95% of the key ingredients to the medication that you need comes from China, that, my friend, is a problem.
And when you having a medical issue, what you gonna do?
Watch this. Let's go a little further with that. 80% of the medical conditions in America stems from the food that we eat. So if America is giving you food that's gonna make you sick, but got the medicine in China, and we beefing with China, you actually are killing Americans. So a deal got to get made. A deal got to get made. But at the same time, if we buy all the dope, you can't sell the dope nowhere else. You can't sell the dope nowhere else. Russia ain't buying the dope. Mexico got their own dope. We don't need it. We don't need it. Mexico got their own dope. The cartel, they popping. They don't need it.
They ain't tempted because they ain't thought about it.
We got our own dope. Colombia got their own dope. Russia, Putin, he got his own thing going on over there. So you need us. Because what happens is you build the plants to sell us the dope. So you build the plants to sell us the dope because you know we killing our own people. Because watch this, because your people don't got this issue. They live into their 80s and 90s.
Right. Average. Like they go.
So you got it. So you build this plant that costs all this money to sell us the dope. So if we stop buying the dope, it hurts your economy. But if we stop buying the dope, we kill.
Catch 22.
And that is the nature of the American and Chinese relationship. So that is why Besson said it's an embargo at this point. The embargo hurts everybody. All right, so I want everybody to understand this. It's not that I'm for China. I live in America. I'm American. But what I am saying is this has to work out because both economies suffer tremendously from this. And what happens as a byproduct, all the other countries suffer. That's why Europe paying attention, Canada paying attention, Mexico paying attention, which is also why China came out and said, hey, anybody that try to do a deal with America to isolate us, I'm putting them on y'all too. Because guess what? Whatever y'all really need, I'm locked in on y'all too. Let's go a little further, man. Let's go a little further.
I said, clip that up, Jose. Yeah.
But that's the nature of the relationship. It's so toxic. You feel me? All right, so here what we look like, man. This is a good. Hey, we ain't seen one of these days like this, man.
Yeah, that Christmas tree.
Come on, Apple gave us 3%. Look at Tesla gave us 4%. Amazon gave us 3%. JP Morgan, Visa, Bank of America, Eli Lilly, AbbVie, Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs. Come on, man. That's my little sleeper, baby, yeah. I ate on Goldman Sachs a couple of times. It did me dirty a couple of times. We got a good relationship, bro, because when the world is good, Goldman Sachs go crazy, bro. I love that company, dog. Damn. Pepsi, Coca-Cola. Look at my people up there. Costco, Walmart. I'm going to tell you a sleeper company, though, Travelers. A company called Travelers. It's such a sleeper company. AEP, AMAT, KLAC, Adobe, surprised. ServiceNow. That was interesting. KKR. That's interesting. KKR did 4% today. Yeesh. That was crazy. All right, let's go a little further, man. What else we got? Put call ratio. We finally had more calls than puts today. 0.86. I think we at the high today we was probably at what? 3.3. I think the Nasdaq at the high and the S&P was at 3 points today. That was good. Dow Jones rallied 1,000 points today. Come on, man. 9,000. I'm not gonna lie, that's aggressive. 9,000. 9 million. That's heavy. Let's go a little further, man. Now listen, I'm not gonna say nothing. Because the last time I celebrated a good fear and greed at 20-something, the next 3 days we was at 4. So I'm gonna go ahead on and leave that alone. I ain't gonna speak on it. I ain't gonna fear and greed index at 24. I was like, hey, we don't went for this, we don't went for that. Trump come out and said, hey, we got this. Thing went to 4. I said, Lord, damn, cuz, how we get to 4? God damn. So I'm gonna leave that alone. Yeah, we at 24. Next.
Dicks.
Let's go, man. Our certified trapper of the week, man, John Lewis. John Lewis is perhaps the most important figure in the development along Washington's Black Broadway on U Street Northwest. Born in 1867 to formerly enslaved parents, Lewis came to D.C. in the 1890s looking for work. He was employed as a brick carrier before unionizing his co-workers and eventually taking over the brickyard itself. In 1913, he founded Industrial Savings Bank, a hired black architect, Isaiah Hatton, to design the bank's building, a 11T and U Street Northwest, which still stands today. Lewis has responsible for many of the successful businesses in the neighborhood, including the Ritzy Whitlaw Hotel. That's in D.C., Jose. What you know about that?
I don't know nothing about it, but driving by.
You drove by it?
Yeah.
Let's go, man. What we look like?
Hi, thanks for tuning in to Noir Histoire. I'm Natasha, and the subject of today's Black History Short is the Whitelaw Hotel. Established in 1919, it's notable for being a hotel, and it's located in Washington, D.C., USA. The Whitelaw Hotel is a registered National Historic Site located in Washington, D.C.'s Cardozo/Shaw neighborhood. The building was developed by John Whitelaw Lewis, a black entrepreneur who was the founder of the Industrial Savings Bank. Completed in 1919, the Whitelaw is notable for being designed by one of America's first black architects, Isaiah T. Hatton, as well as having been completely financed by black professionals. Containing a mixture of hotel rooms and apartments, the Whitelaw was a premier hotel in its heyday and attracted black celebrities, notables, and professionals who were barred from staying at DC's other posh locations due to segregation. During the Depression, many former guests were unable to afford to stay at the Whitelaw Hotel. Occupancy rates decreased and the hotel fell into disrepair. When the economy rebounded, the hotel continued to struggle because its former middle and upper class clientele was now able to stay at formerly white-only hotels. Following the 1968 riots, the remaining middle-class tenants fled, and like the surrounding neighborhood, the building became a haven for drugs and crime. The story of the Whitelaw Hotel is an interesting case study in black history with regards to the transition from segregation to the increase in drugs and crime in the 1970s. It's a reflection of the historical timeline of many black neighborhoods in Washington, D.C., as well as across the rest of the country.
That's it? Jose, that's in your part of town.
Yeah, like I said, I only drove by. Shout out to the people who putting out the address. I'm on U Street.
U Street?
East Stand
I've been on U Street before, Jose.
You said you had?
Yeah. When I went to...
What you went out there for?
So let's see. And when I first started this, I went to... they had a thing called FinTech. No, not FinTech. FinCon. They had a thing called FinCon. It was like 2019, 2020. It was before COVID, so 2019, 2018, something like that. I went out there. They had FinCon out there. I went out there, stayed in a cool little hotel. That was my first time ever going to D.C. Went to U Street. They had a lot of hookah lounges right there. I think this hookah lounge was called Apple Hookah Lounge or something like that. Went to it, was real dope. Had a lot of dispensaries out there. This around time I get a little cheap in here and there. And then I went to eat at this spot, Busboys and Poets. That is like I've been to DC probably like 4 or 5 times now. Every time I go, I gotta go eat there. It's such a good place to eat. It's a vibe. They got the books in there. Yo, that's the first time I ever had vegan cauliflower. The bites. I said, oh, this is nice. The vegan, I mean, we know cauliflower is vegan, but it was the vegan, the vegan cauliflower bites, but it's supposed to be like chicken or something. I don't know.
Tastes like chicken.
Yeah, but I was like, oh, this is hard.
Tastes just like the Vietnam chicken.
Yeah, it was real good. It tastes like the Vietnam chicken for sure. And then I had the bean burger there, which was really good too. Had a bean burger that was really good. And then that was my first time going to the museum, the Black Museum. Yep. So I spent a day and a half in there. So I just want to take my daughter there. So it was real cool out there, man. DC was a vibe. And then I went to this spot. I went to this day party on Sunday. It's called Park Place or something like that. I don't know, it was a real dope spot, man. Still got a picture of it. It was real dope, man. And I'm in a relationship.
I'm about to say, you ain't meeting nobody. We good.
Yeah, I'm in a relationship. I gotta leave that alone.
Shout out to DC, man.
DC was a vibe. And then when I went out there, it was like, every time I went after that, they was like, hey, Trap. It was love. It was love. I'm not gonna lie. DC, I guess I don't see why people say it's a bad spot. It didn't. I mean, every city got violence, but people was like, man, you gotta watch. I'm like, bro, I'm from New Orleans, bro. Like,
look, every time I go back, though,
bro.
You know, it used to be Chocolate City. It don't like Milk Chocolate City now, bro.
Milk Chocolate City?
Yeah. It looked like something from out of Starbucks now. Got a lot of creamer in that drink. Shoot, Atlanta is Chocolate City. DC is Starbucks white chocolate mocha.
Lane, huh?
Right.
Cappuccino. I went to the spot, Ben's Chili Bowl.
Yep.
Had a chili bowl. That was cool. Just try to hit some little, like, dope spots up. Yep, I went with 500, and that was the only time I didn't like DC. Me and 500 went, and the people in DC ain't come out. They didn't come out. But I think it was because we did the show, and a lot of other cities, so Charlotte and DC was the only two cities we did the show in the daytime. Everybody else, it was evening. And people was like, hey, people at work, Trap. I was like, what? They were like, hey, this DC. People got government jobs,
jobs,
I was like,
lawyers.
We did our show in DC at like 3 o'clock. It was like, hey, bro, people was at work. You got to do that thing at like 6 or 7, bro. People got to clock out here. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know. Yeah. But DC, it was a vibe. I like it. I actually told Nat, let's go back. Because, you know, she from up there. But I want to go to this Bible museum they got.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this in DC. Them streets confused the shit out of me. It was like turning,
confused.
like it was a turn in the middle of the road.
Have 2 GPS.
This road split this way. I was like, bro, I almost got in 3 accidents. I was like, what the hell is going on here? How the road just turn in the middle of the road like that? What is this veer off? So that kind of caught me off guard. Anyway, let's go a little further, man. How we feeling tonight, man?
No, we good. Shout out to 4,000 in the chat.
4,000 in the chat. We love it. All right, man, let's get into it. So it's been a bumpy start, y'all. The S&P is on the 3rd worst start of the year, right? Based on the first 74 days, man. Worst year to date, 74 after 74 days at minus 12.3%. Return at the end of the year. Now watch this. This was interesting. The 2 times previous, 1939 and 1932, those years actually ended higher. Okay? 1941, it ended lower. 1941, it ended lower. 2008, it ended lower. 1977, it ended lower. 2002, it ended lower. 2021, it ended lower. 1973, it ended lower. 1962, it ended lower. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of the 20 times it ended lower. My question is, do we think the market ends positive this year? Put it in the chat, Jose. Do we think, so listen, in 39, first 74 days the market ends, the year ends, the market ends up 15%. Now listen, look at this, minus 17.9, minus 25.7, the market still ends 14 points. 15 points, come on. Look at this, 2009, the market was down minus 7% and then rallies at 34%. That's insane. So watch this. Here's something I want to point out. Every time, this is a good stat right here I'm about to say. Watch this, Jose. Every time the market from this data has had a double-digit 70, I'm going to say this right. Every time in the 74, which is the first quarter of the market, every time the market in the first 74 days has ended lower, double digits, it has ended higher in double digits. You get what I'm saying? So in the 74-day rate, which we rating right here, anytime it has been double-digit negative. So in 42, it was double-digit, 10.4%. 2020, it was 11%. 1939, it was 17.9%. In 1932, it was 25.7%. Every time, double-digit, it ended higher. So in 1942, the first 74 days, it was down 10%. It ended up 25%. In 2020, it started in those first 74 days down 11% and ended up 30%. In 1939, 17.9%, it ended up 15%. And in 1932, minus 25%, it ended 14.8%. Can we put that on the big screen so they can see it? So my question, Jose, is somebody said he can't keep his damn mouth shut. You got a point right there. Like, all these stats are good until you get a Donald Trump in office, right? Like, we ain't never seen a president like him, bro. So my question is, Jose, do we end the year up positive?
I mean, based off of the stats, yeah. And you know, I'm always trying to be optimistic in this joint, so yeah.
Let's actually
And right now, as far as the chat, with 400 votes in, we got 73% say we ended positive.
That's a fact. The data ain't never met an orange man, bro. That's a fact. We done had a Reagan, we done had a Clinton, we done had a Nixon, we ain't never had a Trump.
They asked that joint on the daggone 1-800. It's like, bro, we ain't seen this before.
Yeah, it's different. All right, so what the number say, Jose?
73% still at, we going positive by the end. We riding this thing out.
All right, how you feel, Sean?
We could definitely come out of this for sure. He gonna be, I don't know, he gonna do some stuff this year, but I think we still gonna come out of it.
Then we end up positive?
Yeah, even if it's just barely, I think we could definitely come out of that.
I think we get 10%.
Yeah, that's not nothing crazy. I won't say.
I think we come out 10%.
Yeah.
I think we etch out a 10%er.
Cause how much are we down now?
Minus 12, minus 13.
Yeah. We can come out.
Here's the thing what I say about it, and here's what I will say. I will say this. As rough as it has been, we're only down 10%. We're down 9% as of today. Yeah. S&P down 9%. NASDAQ down 12%. As rough as it has been, we're only down 9 and 12%. That ain't something we can't come back from. It just feels horrible because you're in it in real time. No, this is the fastest it ever happened. So I was doing some research. It feels
concentrated.
So I was talking to Peter about that. And Peter said, bro, this is the fastest that it has ever happened. He's like, bro, you don't erase $11 trillion out that fast, like in under 100 days. He's like, bro, this is the I can't tell you what Peter said, but he said, this is one for the books here. He said, no one will forget this. So I think we come out, here's a mark my word. I think we end the year up 10%. 10.3. Is it raining?
Yep.
I think we end, All right. I think we end the year up 10%. 10.3%, Jose.
10.3.
10.3%.
Got it. Noted.
Yeah. With all right, I'm gonna end with that.
Trapstradamus.
Let's go
Money.
money. Show the people the money. No, the money. Yeah, let's show them the money. Gotta show them the money. You know that's what they come to see. All right, let's see it. All right, so the Apple Play rally today, there go my big dogs, AZO, Costco, CrowdStrike down is down, my NVIDIA Play is down. Shout out to all my people in the Patreon that got in the NVIDIA Play with me, played it for the 2 or 3 days, and then got out. I ain't mad at them for that. They was like, Trap, I'm taking that. Because we was up 20% fast. They was like, hey, we going, Trap. We out of that one. If it double back, we double back with you, but we out of here. That was that, give me that. That was that, give me that. Let me get that. But shout out to my people in the Patreon that said, hey, Trap, we love you for the play, but we ain't riding that one with you, dog. We gonna cash out on that one and go about our business. So shout out to that. So let me say this right quick. So y'all know the Palantir play is not in the group because this was a play I did from looking at charts.
Yeah.
This was a play I did from looking at charts. So I had been really, maybe the last 2 weeks, and I did this play like last Wednesday or something. Last Wednesday I did this play.
I think so.
Yeah, last Wednesday. So I've been really just getting better at them. You know what I'm saying? Really getting better. And shout out to my Patreon group, man. We did like maybe like a 2-hour class this weekend.
So yeah.
It was a charting class.
What was that?
This weekend. It was I don't want to say it was Saturday. For like 3 hours we was in there, 2 hours. 2 hours we was in there. So myself just giving some game too, but one of the Patreon members gave game on that, so that was real dope. It was like a 2-hour something class. We put the replay in there. But the Palantir play is not a play that I put in a group because it was a play I was using from charting. You know what I'm saying? So every now and then you'll see a couple of those pop up. Again, I gotta learn with real money. I don't got that many. I think I probably got like 5 contracts in it, 6 contracts in it. The only way I've been learning the way I need to learn is with real money. This is where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Position size is how I leverage this right here. So that's why y'all don't see that play. It was a charting play that I was doing. The Sprouts Farmers Market play, we rocking out with that. Visa came back heavy today, waste management. So that's our plays right there, and we cashed out on the Netflix play, but I'm gonna probably get back in that play for sure. Because I saw it bounce back today. It bounced, it shot up. It was up like 8%. It ended the day up 5%. So probably see if it scale back a little bit more. I'm gonna definitely get in that play again. So here's our Patreon plays, man. I feel good about these plays, man, especially after a rally like that. CrowdStrike kind of pissed me off, but everything else I feel good about. We not even down. I think we only down double digits on the NVIDIA play, and maybe down like 10% or something like 20%, but I feel good about those plays, so I'm good. So definitely come rock out on the Patreon. We be locking in. Let's go a little further, man. We locked in. Buying whole. We up 7% still. I think last week we was up 10%, 9%, something like that. So we up 7%. I think we was up 9% last week. So we up 10%, 7% on the buying whole. So we got, and I'm gonna add Netflix to my buying whole. I'm gonna add Netflix to my buying whole. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So again, here's the buying whole plays, man. AJG, Costco, Meta, NVIDIA, Palantir, Sprouts Farmers Market. This the buying whole. We doing pretty good, man. We outpacing the market for right now. I like it. You know what I'm saying? I like what the buying whole is doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we still have room for 4, maximum 5 more plays. I think it's a good opportunity for us to rock out over there. So definitely, man, come join the Patreon. This is my first time in the market. I would love to invest more. However, the orange man won't stop putting his foot in our business. Are you buying shares in the S&P ETF Trap? No, I'm not here. I built these portfolios just for, and just to give y'all, I'm still down $1 million plus. Can't let y'all forget that. Nope, for this one, I'm not buying ETFs over here. It's just for me to be in, well, not that ETF in here. So yeah, there we go. All right, let's get to it. What we got, man? 1-800.
Trap, Jose, what's going on? Man, I have a full opportunity on my hands to go all in the market or purchase a truck for myself. See, I was highly motivated by you when you bought the Freedom Center out of the market, right? And I was trying to do the same thing by purchasing the asset for myself. But we all know how choppy the market is being this year. And I don't see me obtaining said goal in the time frame that I have in mind. So I was really just asking, should I just stack my bread up and obtain my truck with just cash on hand and wait until that revenue starts to develop? Or should I still try to stick it out and get it out of the market? Because I know it's possible. And I know it might not be in my time frame, but I know I can get it done. I just want your input on that. Appreciate you.
It's a good question.
Man, salute to the king, man. Salute to you for that. I think you can do both. I think what you can do is, I think you can, let's say you stack your bread, right? So let's say, I was just giving you an idea. So first of all, thank you for being motivated and inspired by, that was part of the reason behind me doing it. Getting this building out the market, showing y'all I got it out the market, like that was like it. I will say this though, if you don't see said dream coming out the market, that means that's a feeling that you have. I'll never tell you go against what you feel. Because now every dollar that you put in the market, you're gonna have, it's attached to this emotional feeling that you have, and you won't be able to play the market from a free perspective. Like I knew I was gonna get this building out the market. I told Jose, yo, I'm not putting that money down, I'm gonna get out the market. So nothing took that away from me. You know what I'm saying? So what I will say is, I wouldn't want you to try to get it out the market if there's doubt. If there's doubt. Now, I do sense that you're optimistic about it. So from that perspective, I say this, right? Like, let's say you're gonna put up $1,000 a month. What I would do is, I would put $750 of the cash up, and I would put $350 of the cash in the options market. But I wouldn't invest it, I would build it up, and I would keep doing that. So now you're still putting the majority of your money in getting the truck, and you putting a percentage of your money into saying you're gonna trade with. And then what I would do is, if there's a play that comes around, whether your research or mine, that you feel you're willing to get one contract on or two contracts on, I make that play. And then what I'll do is I'll keep putting my $750. I will put more than half. So either you're gonna go 60-40 or 70-30. If I'm you at the rate you are, I will go 70-30. 70-30 putting up in for that, and then 30% for the market. That's the way I would do it. I would keep stacking that 30% to go in my options account. I would keep putting that 70% in my liquid money, and that's going toward my truck. I cannot touch it no matter what. I don't care if I kill it in the options market or not. I cannot touch that money that's going for the truck. And then what I would do is I would say, okay, like that 30, if I find a play that I feel like I would analyze the play and say, okay, I'm willing to put this much in that play. But I would play that a little different, because I would say, hey, you know, if this play loses 20%, you know, I'm willing to get out of it. Or this play willing to lose 25%, I'm willing to get out of it to play it in a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? And so that way you doing both. You stacking for the truck, you stacking for this. And then like if that play loses 30%, 25%, you say, hey, I'm willing to cut this off. I'm not willing to negotiate. I'm not willing to hold it a little longer. I'm gonna cut it at 25%, and whatever, I still got 70% of my bread, put that on the side till I see another play. Because you can get, it's easier to get 25% back than it is to get 100% back. It's easier for you to get 25% of your profit back than it is for you to get 100% of that money you lost back. Two different situations. So what I would do is I would play it like that and, get one contract and then give myself, what do I look like in 6 months? What do I look like in 8 months? Has the options account performed? And then my goal would be, if I get 50%, 30 to 50%, I'm taking profit, doing it all over again, rinse and repeat. And I'll keep doing that until now I'm doing both. I'm letting the market don't gotta pay for the whole truck, but the market can help me get a portion of that truck that I didn't have to work for all at once. And I think that's a great way to find a balance between doing the two. Let's go. And remember, that's not financial advice. That's not financial advice. That is what would Trap do. Let's go.
Hi, Trap. This is Jacqueline. I have a question regarding technology. So I wanted to know your thoughts on the new Zimbabwean self-powering car that was invented by Maxwell Chikumbutso. I wondered if you think that this car is going to entirely disrupt the EV industry, and then also what are your thoughts specifically on how it's going to impact Tesla stock, both in the short term and the long term. And then regarding the market in general, obviously right now with Trump's tariffs and just governmental chaos, the market is in a tailspin. But I wonder if this particular invention coming out of Zimbabwe, do you think that this spells more trouble for American and what we might call first world markets because perhaps the global south is taking over? Just wondering your thoughts on that. Thanks for sharing.
I just feel like I need a home-cooked meal from her.
Bro, they said a warm hot chocolate.
Yeah, I feel like I need a meal from her. I feel like I need like not like a mac and cheese meal, but some like baked turkey. Yeah.
Wait.
Like turkey.
With the gravy.
With gravy, mashed potatoes, green.
Got the green.
Yeah, I feel like that kind of meal gonna come from her. Like
lemonade.
Good, boy, come in here, you know you hungry. Boy, you ain't ate all day. Come on here and sit down.
Kind of slim.
Go wash up. You ain't ate all day. Look at you, looking like your hands dirty. You're looking like, smelling like outside. Come in here. Get you something to eat. You know I got that food in here. Go ahead, eat much. Go ahead. I'm gonna fix your plate for you. Come on. And bring Jose too. Jose, come on in here. That's what I give him.
He looking slim too.
You feel me? He looking a little thin. Come on here and get some of this food. Y'all know I be in here cooking. Everything organic. It's an organic turkey. It don't come from Vietnam.
Mm-hmm. And you can smell it from the pork.
You smell it from the pork. You feel me? Turkey from scratch. Mashed potatoes come from Idaho's. Yeah.
Not from overseas.
Not from overseas. Idaho potatoes. Come in here, boy. Both of y'all come in here. Come on, sit down over here. Let me wash she cooked with an apron on.
Ooh, you took it back.
With the apron. She got the apron on.
And then gonna tell us a story while we're eating.
She might tell us something. How y'all been? How y'all been out there? Y'all been all right? You ain't getting, Jose, you ain't getting in no trouble, huh?
I ain't getting in no trouble, ma'am.
That's what you gotta say. No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. I'm all right. How your mama doing, boy? That's what she asking you. You hear me? I love that. So, first of all, man, I had just read about that. I just read about that car, and I'm not gonna lie. Every new EV that comes out is a threat to Tesla. Because they're just losing market share. You know what I'm saying? Every new EV that comes out, they're getting better and better. That's why they now focus on autonomous driving and, so this other stuff. That's why I don't understand how. How is this a casserole for sure? A casserole for sure. Ooh, a casserole. That's it. But yep, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't have that. I don't see Tesla being $1,000, $2,000 like Kathy was talking about. I don't know. I think she thinking about Tesla in its prime. I don't think they that no more. You know what I'm saying? I think Elon has gotten so much money now. I think he on to some other stuff now. I think every car now, and he getting pressured by China. Let alone once Africa start jumping in and I don't think they are what we think they are. So that's one thing. The next thing is the market in general. I forgot the last part of that question. Could we run it back? Yeah, let me hit the last part of that market in general part. Run it back.
Trump's tariffs and just governmental chaos, the market is in a tailspin. But I wonder if this particular invention coming out of Zimbabwe, do you think that this spells more trouble for American and what we might call first world markets because perhaps the global south is taking over? Just wondering your thoughts on that.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if it's so the Trump headwinds. I think I'm about to say this, and I don't know if everybody's going to agree with me on this, but I think we are now seeing where countries are stronger than than they anticipated. Some news did come our way, say we got 18 proposals on their desk. I think the world needs to see some of that. I think once the market starts seeing some of those so-called proposals that they're talking about, it'll get a market relief. And I also understand that those deals don't happen overnight. Like, to do a trade deal is something you don't just sign out the gate. You look at it, that's the problem with a lot of us. As soon as we get the contract, we like, I sign that. Now, it's a trade deal, so you got to read that. They got certain lawyers got to read through that because Trump ain't reading it. You know what I'm saying? He ain't reading it. You know what I'm saying? So you got a lot of people going to read that to make that. So I think within the next week or two, the market needs to see some of these deals come to fruition. At least 30 days, the market needs to see because the market hanging on. It's finding a way to hang on. It's finding a way to fight and you know what I'm saying? So the market trying to hang on. So I think you get some deal. They say they got 18 proposals. I think you get some of those proposals done. The market gets some fresh air. I think you get. I really think you get a deal done with China. That really sends the market a certain way because the market just wants clarity. But I do think that definitely has the market in a tailspin because we aren't no better than we were April 2nd. Like, the Liberation Day ain't this shit but confuse us even more. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that card now adds more strain to the Tesla brand. I think his brand has definitely taken a big hit. I think the Tesla brand has definitely taken a big hit. And China they're not like the third or fourth best-selling car in China. So yeah, I truly don't. I'll go on record. I know this is one of the. And it's not even saying that the stock won't shake back, but I don't know because here's the thing about people who believe in Tesla, they believe in Tesla, right? Again, the stock missed earnings horribly. It missed revenue horribly, but it shot up $11 after hours. All because they believe in autonomous driving. I don't get it. So I hope I answered your question with that, Queen. Let's go a little further.
What it do, Trap? What it do, Jose? My name is Sherrod Richard, coming from Los Angeles, California. And I had a question for Trappin Tuesdays. I've been with the Trap team since January and started around $1,000. Now my portfolio is around $2,000. I've just been adding to my buy and hold portfolio up to now. So I just wanted to ask, with having around $2,000 now, should I be allocating a certain percentage of that towards trading options so I can always be ready for an opportunity? Or should I just keep growing my buy and hold portfolio until I get, to a certain amount so that I can do, larger scale plays or bigger plays? I hope that makes sense, and y'all have a blessed day.
Man, shout out to the king, man. Shout out to growing your account. I honestly think that you keep growing that account. From my perspective, you got $2,000 and you started with 1,000. Is at 2,000. You keep growing that account, and then your options account becomes a separate account. That's 2 separate accounts, right? So what you start doing now is whatever you putting in that account right now, you keep putting that in that account, and you don't trip. You keep growing that account, and then on the side, you start saying, okay, if I was putting, I don't know, $75 in every week, right? Now you do 50 and 25, right? I think you grow that strategically like that. I don't think that people should rush to trade, but what I will say you should be doing, especially if you on here, that mean you in a master of the triple beam. Now is the perfect time to be in a Patreon, educating yourself. Like looking at the classes. You calling, so that means you're in the master of the triple beam. We do those once a month calls, getting on those calls. Even if you don't get a chance to ask the question, because we're doing that for 2 hours, they have 800 people on there. Right, 2-3 hours, they have 800 people on it. The idea of listening to the call. I think I'm gonna start doing something like Sean too. We're gonna start letting them have the recording for it. Because I made a room in the thing, so we just start posting the recording in the Master of the Triple Being group. Because now I made some room, we made some altar. We'll start putting that recording up in there, you know what I'm saying?
There's some pop-up lives too on that joint.
Yeah, the recording, the pop-up live. We'll start doing that, man. Especially right now, there's a lot going on. So if you're in that Master of the Triple Beam, we'll start doing that, man. I'll start recording it. I made some room in it. We'll start recording it. And, because I had to talk to Patreon. I said, not Patreon, Zoom. Hey, I need a bigger room. Like, y'all charging me, you gotta give me a bigger room that holds more data. You tripping. You know what I'm saying? So I've been negotiating with them on that. So, yeah, somebody say, bro, it really be 3 hours for real. Like, we be there. Like, one time they hit me for 4 hours. I was like, hey, I gotta go, y'all. Me and Sean were like, Sean called me like, bro, I don't know how you do it.
I'm glad Sean took over, because them first 6.
Sean was like, hey, I don't know how you do that, bro. Like, you answer them questions for 3-4 hours. He said, bro, that's insane. So, so moving forward, I'm gonna start, when we had the next one for, what that is, May, I'm gonna start putting it in there. Yeah, because we did the one for April. So the one for May, the May moving forward, Master of the Triple Beam, I'm gonna start putting that in the Master of the Triple Beam. And I just saw the response behind the one we did this week. They were like, bruh, yeah, the only problem is, if I tell you I'm gonna put it in there, you don't gotta ask 80 times. They be hitting the door. Hey, my nigga, where's that? Where's that?
You gonna leave the recording?
Post the link, bro. You're in that Master of the Triple Beam. We gonna start dropping that recording. So, because I see a lot of people, I didn't realize how many, I realized how many it is. Like, that call, we having 700-800 people, and I'm like, oh, okay. And what happened was, usually I can answer all the questions. Now, I can't answer all the questions. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we'll start putting it in there, man, so y'all can get it. So if you sign up for the Master of the Triple Beam, you definitely get that. So, yeah, man, that's what I think you should do, brother. I think, so first of all, salute you for doing your buy and hold, building it up from 1,000 to 2,000 in this environment, too. I think the next thing you do is start splitting what you putting in, and then you start working for that trading. Let's go.
So my question is, what part of history is repeating itself? What president has exuded these same particular behaviors that Trump is exuding right now? I'm not being funny. I really want to know so I can study. What happens in the event Trump does succeed in getting Jake Paul fired? What advice would you give to investors as to what to expect next?
You know what's crazy? Usually she give us a warm hug. That's What the hell is going on? Usually she give us a warm hug. That's a trap. What the hell is going on here? George W. Bush. George W. Bush. Richard Nixon. George Bush. What happens is, it may not repeat itself, but it rhymes. And what do we mean by it rhyming? It may not be to this extent, but it's to the extent where as soon as George Bush got in office, we went to war. As soon as he got in office, where we went? Went by Saddam. As soon as he got in office, hey, I'm gonna get my daddy licked back. And we still were there for a long time. We ain't never found them weapons of mass destruction. We still looking for them. We still looking for them, right? Saddam gone and everything now. Where's the weapons of mass destruction, George? So, George W. Bush. I think that's H.W. No, H.W. is the daddy. George W. is the son. All right. And go look, Richard Nixon. Go look at Nixon. Whole situation. Almost the... Go look up Richard Nixon. When you just... So what happens is, it don't be self-imposed from that perspective, but we ain't had to go to war. We ain't had no reason going to war. Right? We ain't had no reason to go to war with us, but he wanted to get his daddy beef back. Hey, my daddy did that with my daddy. I'm going to fight for my daddy. So we just went to war. And the market said, why are we going to war? We don't even got to go to war. And the market just was down, his whole presidency. Well, market was down. Market was down. We was getting smashed. So, yeah. So go look up Nixon, Watergate. Jammed us up. So definitely go look at that. Again, it ain't Trump because they were politicians. The thing about here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. And I think at some point we'll come out of it. I still think the market will end positive. The thing about Trump is people's expectation were high out the gate. The people who voted for him. Damn, I had the thing, man. I don't know where it went at. I can't find, I think I deleted it. But it was like, it was Democrats don't like what's going on, independents don't like what's going on, and now 30% of Republican voters don't like what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And so it was like, there were so many high business expectations for him. Like, you're going to bring down inflation, you're going to do this, you're going to fix the prices, yada, yada, yada. And so that's kind of the issue with that. And if he fires, no, he came out today and said he's not going to fire Jay Powell. He came out today, you know the crazy thing about what Trump be doing, bro? They do everything after hours so you be jammed up. They do everything after hours. So unless you a future, shout out to all my people that play futures, they do everything after hours. So you be jammed up, you just be like, bro, if you did that at 2 o'clock, I would have got out of it. You know what I'm saying? If you did that at 10 o'clock, bro, I'd have sat on the side, I would have went the other way. But they always do everything after hours. So he came out today and said, hey man, I'm not trying to fire Jay Powell. I don't got nothing against Jay Powell. You know, because Jay Powell actually has like 13 more months in that seat. So he said he's not going to fire him, but you know what I think about Trump though, bro? He just, you ever had like a badass cousin that just be saying all kind of stuff out their mouth and they'll say anything to you, bro? They'll say anything to you. They'll say anything out their mouth and you be like, well, I will punch you down. And they don't care. And they bad. You know what I'm saying? That's him. He don't get his way. He just starts saying it don't matter. He'll call you a loser. He'll call you a bonehead. You know, now he got his own. Oh, let's talk. We got another 1-800. Let's fall into this one right here. The Trump thing. Let's slide right into that one. The Trump Bitcoin thing. ETF. Bro, here's what I will tell you. Bro is getting a bag. Bro made $9 billion since he been in office. So Trump media just finalized an ETF partnership with Crypto.com. So now we're gonna have a Trump
Everybody hurting, but he with it.
Everybody stressing about their money, but bro just going to the bank on us, you hear me? Bro going to the bank on us. I had wrote that one. I say, I know you lying. I say, I know he ain't. So watch this. Trump Media and Technology Group, ticker symbol DJT, is expanding into the fintech with plans to launch a series of American First themed digital assets and industrial focused ETFs under its Truth.fi brand, allocating up to $250 million toward the initiative in partnership with Yorkville American Digital, pending regulatory approval. Make sure Steve make this an Instagram post for me. I need that graphic. Bro is cashing. Listen to me. I'm gonna tell y'all this. We got 3 years and 10 more months of this. 3 years and 10 months. You ain't been off for 2 months. Well, today made 3. He got elected, what, January 20th?
So it's still under 100 though, right?
Still under 100. Yeah. So we got 3 years and 9 more months. Bro, mark my word on this, yo. Jose, we gonna probably be on, let me see, 50, that's 100, 50. We probably be around episode 300 when the next president come in office, somewhere around there. Bro gonna be worried about 50 billion when he get out of office.
And he might pull something to try to get a third in there.
Bro, he gonna bare minimum be worth at least 30 billion by the time he get out of office. He raking up, bro. He said, you giving too much time. This man gonna be worried about 50 billion by the time he get out of office. What he worth right now? He just added another 9 billion to his name. Let me see. What he worth right now? I'll just go look on something stupid. So right now he worth 4 billion. That was as of, oh no, Bloomberg estimated his wealth at 7 billion. Forbes and Bloomberg estimated his wealth between 5 and 7 billion, but Trump say he worth more.
He doing the Kanye effect.
Hey, bro, I can't. So watch this. And he could be, you know why? Because the meme coin's going crazy. Yeah, that's part of his net worth. Nah, bruh gonna be worried about 50 million. 50 billion. I'm at least giving him 30 billion by the time he get out of office, bro. Bro, he gonna be worried about, he gonna be like, I'm good. And when he leave out of, if he leave.
That's the one, the if.
Bro, he's saying he gonna run for a third term.
If anybody can figure out a loophole and go against as far as the system, say, bruh.
Huh? The same people that put him in this time. What you talking about? Democrat, you gonna see what the Democrat can do in his primary. Well, the primary is next year, right? You gonna see what the Democrats gotta redo everything they got going on. Because what they had going on last time, that wasn't it. And the independents gotta come strong too. I don't think he can beat no man, though. He keep losing to women. He keep beating women. But I think bro gonna be about worth 30 million, about 30 billion by the time he get out. You know what's crazy? I stopped saying what this dude can't do.
Yeah, nah. As soon as you say, he like, word, what'd you say? Hold my beer. I got you.
You can't say what he can't do, bro. He gets mightier. You say he can't do something, bro. He find a way. He find a way. Let's go a little further, man. Let's go a little further, man. All right, so here's what makes the market moves. I think this is important. Let's put that on the big screen for the people, man. Just an idea because people need to understand what makes the market move, right? So one of the things that make the market move for sure is earnings. Strong profits, price jumps. Bad results, sell-off, except for Tesla. Except for Tesla. The market cares more about surprises than actual results, all right? Another thing, company news, CEO change, product launch, lawsuit, instant reaction. One headline can change a stock's value overnight. These are things that actually move the market, all right? Another thing that moves the market is interest rates move the market, right? Higher interest rates, right? Higher interest rates, costlier loans, lower business profits, price drops. Higher interest rate usually lower stock prices. Why? Because everything costs more. Everything costs more. All right, supply and demand. More buyers, price rises. More sellers, price drops. This plays out every second in the stock market. Every day there's always bulls and bears fighting. Every day, bulls and bears fight every day. Market sentiment, fear or hype can move prices even without real news. We've seen that a lot of times. You're like, yo, what's going on right now? And the market is just really, really fearful. The market is just really, really feeling good. That's it. This is why markets rise even when nothing good happens. It's the mood of the crowd. We call that market sentiment. And then macro trends. Y'all know we talked about that a while back. Macro and micro, right? Inflation, war, recessions, all shake the entire market. These affects almost all stocks. No matter how strong the company is, all stocks can be shaken. All stocks can be shaken by macro trends. Remember, macro means overall. Micro means many. So earnings move the market. Company news move the market. Interest rates move the market. Supply and demand move the market. Market sentiment, hype or fear, and then macro trends. These are the things that actually move the market. Let's go a little further, man. I always want y'all to see this, man. 4 quick facts investors should know about the S&P 500. This is going to be good for you, right? So, market cap weighting. The S&P 500 is a market cap weighted index, meaning that companies with larger market capitalizations have a greater impact on its performance. So, think about it from this perspective, right? The reason why Apple, the reason why Apple, Nvidia, Facebook, the reason why these companies move the S&P so much is because they have big market caps. So the S&P is a market cap weighted index, meaning the companies that have the bigger market caps would actually move the S&P 500. Now remember a while back I made y'all do some homework and I asked y'all which ones move different. The Dow is different and then so is the NASDAQ. Your homework is to go figure out what moves them differently. You know that the S&P is market cap weighted, meaning the bigger the market cap, the more it moves. Some companies can be on the S&P, the Dow, that's the thing. So definitely you need to go check that out. Next, diversification, right? Investing in S&P, it also offers instant diversification against all sectors. This diversification helps reduce risk. So one of the things I say is you don't need VOO and VTI. VTI is the world global, but literally 65% of VTI is in the S&P 500. So it's kind of, you know what I'm saying? I think if you're going to do it, I know my guy Ian says it, but, you know, everybody have a different philosophy. I'm not against what he got going on. Again, historical performance, man. Historically, the S&P has delivered an average return of about 10% since 1957, since the inception. So I personally think that we can get 10% this year. This is why I use the VOO as my savings account. It's one of the things I will go down doing. Because on average, I can get 10% from my money. You count reinvested dividends. You know what I'm saying? Next, market representation. The S&P index includes 500 of the largest public traded companies in the United States. It represents approximately 80% of the total market cap of the U.S. stock market, meaning the S&P 500 represents 80% of the valuation of the stock market in the United States. It's the 500 biggest companies per market cap. Per market cap. So I put money in the VOO all the time, not even looking for the return because I just feel like that's the safest place for my money. So people be like, well, Trap is down 12% this year. I say, guess what? I got 20+% last year, 20+% per year before. I'll be all right. I'm only down, 9% this year so far, right? Still making money. Means I need to buy some more. Means I get to put my money gets to buy asset at a discounted value, and then over the next 5, 6, 7 years, that goes up in price. My savings account has made me more money than just putting it in Chase. You know what I'm saying? So that's it for me. Let's go a little further. All right, are bonds still attractive? So I had wrote this down, man. This was real good, man. So watch this. The biggest foreign selling of U.S. corporate bonds since April 20. Watch this, I wrote this down. Foreign investors have pulled out $5 billion of U.S. corporate bonds over the last 2 weeks. This is the most since 2020, the pandemic. Now, foreign investors still hold $4 trillion of bonds, but that makes up 27% of the bond market, which America holds the best. So here's what I want people to understand. When you're asking who owns the most bonds, it is the Federal Reserve. The pension funds and institutions, they own the most corporate bonds. It's not China, it's not Japan. We own the most bonds. They're in America. But Japan and then China are the two largest foreign bondholders. All right. So over the last 2 weeks, China, Japan, and everybody else have sold in total $5 billion of our bonds, which is not really a lot, but it is a lot. When you think about it, 27% of our debt is held by foreign countries, which is $4.4 trillion. Remember, we still have a $36 trillion debt. $36 trillion in debt, of which $4 trillion of it goes to foreign entities or foreign countries. America. So I need y'all to get that right. When y'all be in the comments arguing, China hold all our debt. China hold all our debt. China owns $880 billion. Japan owes $1 trillion. Japan is the largest foreign entity. China is the second largest foreign entity that owns our debt. All right. China is the second largest foreign entity. Japan is the first. But American debt is actually owed to mostly American companies. Just let y'all sit on that for a second. Just let y'all sit on that for a second. That way when you get in the comments and you start arguing, because a lot of times people be arguing loud and wrong. Because you be arguing from emotion, not facts. Truth has an opinion. Facts don't. Let me say that again. Truth has an opinion. Facts don't. And the reason why I give y'all information like this so you can go look it up. Who owns the most debt in America? It'll show you. We own the most debt. America, the Federal Reserve. They own the most debt. And in case you didn't know, the Federal Reserve can also buy stocks. That's what they did during the pandemic. They own stocks. They bought a lot of stocks and then they start dumping it off the balance sheet. All right? So, when you start, because here's what I've learned about this, Jose. This terrorist situation, even though we've been talking about terrorists for years on this show, this terror situation has made a lot of people become, I always say the word wrong, economists, right? People that have no idea how the economy works, right? And I'm not mad at you for that, but what we got to start doing, what I like to do is like teach us. I like to teach us, right? From data, not from opinion, right? From data, not opinion. Because what happens is, once you see the data, then watch this. Once you see the data, you can start arguing with people because people love to argue from a fact-based perspective, not an opinion. The worst thing that you want to be is in an argument where you are not stating facts and a person stating facts to you, and now you arguing based on opinion.
Check your sources.
All right, let's go a little further. Look at my stank up in there. Hey, fat.
She about to rally the whole squad up.
I see her coming up to my mom, learn options and all that.
She hit late too tonight.
Man, she be stunting, man. My lady be stunting so much, man. My lady be stunting. All right. Let's go a little further, man. All right. The Mag 7 have been trashed, but 5 of the 7 Mag 7 stocks have entered a bear market. So Tesla down 51%. Well, probably got a little 5% runner from today. Nvidia, 30%. Amazon, 21%. Alphabet, 20%. Meta, 20%. Microsoft, 16%. Alphabet, 13%. My problem with this is everybody gonna keep saying they want it to go lower. My approach to that is, if a company is down, except for Tesla, because I think the story has changed in this company. Nvidia, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta, Microsoft, Apple, kind of the same story. I think we got to see what's about to happen with Google, and we got to see what's going to happen with Meta. You know what I'm saying? But the stories are still the same. Nvidia for sure. My thing is, why aren't you buying these companies at these prices? Nvidia hit $96. Why didn't you buy it? Why do you keep saying it's going to go lower? If it goes lower than 96, your next buy point can be 83. Buy it at 83 if it gets that low. But don't miss it at 96 and then it shoots up. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. And I will say this. Every bull market got to start somewhere. Every bull market got to start somewhere. And here's what we know for a fact. We are one tweet from Trump Social, Truth Social, and one headline away from the market going, we ready. There's still $6 trillion of money on the sideline, bro. Remember, this is self-imposed. This isn't because we are already, the economy fell apart already. Are we in a financial bubble? Are we in the AI bubble? This is self-imposed. Whether we like it or not, it's self-imposed because somebody has an idea on how they think the country should be going, and so that's why we're here. Cool, whether you like it or love it, that's okay. What I am saying is we made this deal with China. We made these 16 deals and we made this deal with China. We are that away from running back up. Going well, where the market won't go at after that. That's $6 trillion on the sideline, right? So my thing is, if you like Amazon and it's way under $200, it's at $160 now. If you like NVIDIA, it's at $96, $97. It's at $101 now. You Meta, it was a $700 stock 3-4 weeks ago. It's at $500. If you got the capital for that, why you don't get that? If you don't got the capital for that, go get an ETF. I'm not mad. If you like Apple, the stock is down $190. It was pushing $300. It's at 200. What is that? 190 something right now. 197, probably 200. Bro, what are we talking about? You go get $200 every time you need a pair of shoes. You go find $200 for shoes you don't need. NVIDIA, the stock is literally, how much it is? 90 cents, $101. Every grown person in this chat, how much? Every grown, well, that's after hours right now. Yep. Every grown person in this chat knows how to go get $100 if you need to go somewhere. Amazon, right now, how much? $180, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Here's what I know. Everybody in this chat, when they go on Amazon, you spend at least $100. So it costs $180. That's less than 2 of your shopping trips at Amazon. You feel me? So why we keep saying, I'm waiting for it to go lower? Get it where it's at. It's 20, 30, 40, 50% from the high. What are we talking about? Let's go a little further, man. All right, Google lost the case, man. A U.S. federal judge ruled that Google violated antitrust laws by maintaining monopoly power in online advertising and ad tech markets, making a major legal setback for the company. The court found that Google unlawfully ties its publisher ad server and ad exchange, violating the Sherman Act. This is Google's second major antitrust loss following a previously ruling related to the dominance in online. I ain't gonna lie, Google been getting punched. This is the second lawsuit, the antitrust suit they done lost, yo. They're gonna try to break that up. That's gonna be interesting. That's a hell of a fight. Cause it's saying like you didn't let other people get the opportunity to run ads. Like you dominated the search thing. But are people still, do people Google as much as they chat GTP now?
I would say they do. Even my personal opinion, for real, I don't like their AI. You know how you Google something and then their AI gotta put something up first?
Yeah.
I'll be like, bro, no, just give me the, you know what I'm saying? I don't need you trying to think for me. I go to ChatGPT for that. You know what I'm saying? It's like cumbersome. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's not as good. You could tell.
It's not as good.
Yeah, like you gotta search more in Google now. Before it used to be fast, you know what I'm saying?
So they're trying to compete with chat.
Yep. And then after you got the AI, it's nothing but sponsored joints, so you can't even trust them for real anyway. So it's like, I'm a chat GPT then.
You ever try Perplexity?
Nah.
Perplexity is good too.
Word.
Huh? Perplexity is good. Yeah, they get the links to when you search stuff. Like if you search something, it'll give you all the data like Chat GPT, but it'll also give you links to verify. I like I got that from Ginseng Wine. He was like, he uses Perplexity as like a mentor or something. That's what made me go look at. That's what made me get it. I pay like, you got the free version, but I pay like $15 a month for it, something like that. Yeah, it's cool.
When is it gonna be to the point where that verb Google it gonna be Chat GPT?
I think you doing nothing. You looking what I asked you.
You go chat
GPT.
GPT.
That's it.
You go GPT. You know me, I'm trying to figure out what's the shorthand.
Nobody ain't gonna do that. You about to
GPT
GPT?
that joint?
You gonna chat it? Nah. All right, let's go a little further, man. All right, also, man, today, man, gold hit 35. Listen, I've been saying this, bro, for 3 years. Nobody don't like what I be saying because everybody keeps saying, why are you telling people buy gold? Why are you telling people? My only problem is I'm mad that we ain't been trading it. It done outperformed the stock market 4 years in a row. My only problem is that I said, God, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Same Wednesday, me and Sean sat here, we looked at it, we scaled it. I say, Sean, the gold is down. It's down $6. I say, I'm about to strike it. I didn't strike it. Woke up Monday, up $7. I say, ah! Sean said, why you ain't do it? I said, I had did the homework, I had the research, I licked. I said, Sean, if it's $5, it get to $5, Sean, I'm getting it. Went down $5. Sean said, you got it? I said, nah. I did my research. I went in the lab, got on show, showing some stuff, got a lab. I said, this is how we get it. Here go the strike price. Sean said, I like that. Told him about a Netflix play. His next response, you got the gold play? I did not. Woke up Monday morning, gold up $7. I said, look at this. But it pulled back though. But gold is up, man. Gold is up, man. Listen, it has been such a, but here's the thing. It's not just gold. It's gold and silver. Gold and silver. That's the sleeper. Silver is the sleeper. Silver is the sleeper. Gold and silver are both outperforming. It's the sleeper. Anyway, OpenAI interested in Google, so they say we won't buy it. OpenAI is exploring the development of a web browser integrated with its chatbot and has discussed powering search features with companies like Condé Nast and Redfin. These efforts could position OpenAI as a competitor to Google in both search and browser markets. OpenAI has already launched Search GPT, and is now in talks to provide all features for Samsung devices. Despite Samsung's tie to Google, OpenAI also partners with Apple, supplying technology for, hey, somebody said that this dude is the Steve Jobs of our generation. You agree with that? That's a heavy,
for what I'm saying, but that's
a stretch.
It's definitely a stretch, but.
But what? Bruh. Jobs?
I'm just making sure. He got more work to do, but I'm just saying.
Tell me what you're saying.
What I'm saying is if he makes some more moves, definitely in this AI space.
Man, flush
Because remember we were saying.
Man, flush Jose, man. Man, flush Jose, man. Man, yeah, bro. Man, flush Jose.
Right now.
Man, flush Jose, man. Matter of fact,
flush him again. I got the late flush.
Flush him again, man. You almost made it a whole episode. Nah, bro.
But you know what, though?
I don't know.
When he get there?
When he get where?
When he get to that job space?
Negative.
I just want you on the show to be like, you know what? You was right. I'm going to unflush you, Jose.
Flush him again. Flush him again. Bro, this dude, Steve Jobs, listen, we're still reaping the benefits of this man. Bruh, listen. This man come out with a chat bot and you think he the next thing, Steve Jobs?
I'm saying there's a potential that he could do.
There's no potential. Nah, bro.
You know me, I like to be a contrarian.
You compare, like, you know what you're doing? You compare, like, search to, like,
Innovation.
Yeah, like, it's like the encyclopedia. Like, all he did was, like, go from encyclopedia to, that's what Google did. So Google made us not get the encyclopedias no more.
Yeah.
Right? So I remember I had to go to my auntie house, bro, she had it all. And then it went from that to just like, what? Like, Wikipedia, Google. Bro, Jobs gave us a whole nother invention that changed the way we do business. It changed the way the world moved.
Shout out to Von C. The chat I hit though, definitely revolutionary. I'm just saying.
Is it really revolutionary?
It's a branding aspect. Because it's search on steroids.
But that ain't revolutionary.
Branding. No. It's revolutionary if you feel it is.
Man, fuck Jose again, man.
It's late.
How the hell is it revolutionary if you feel it is? Bro, you going down here. They got a thing when you trade. It says if you lose 3 trades in a row, just step away from the computer. Bro, step away. Step away.
Step away from the toilet.
Step away, bro. Leave this one alone, bro. Step away, bro. That's the thing. It's if you lose 3 trades in a row in the same day, they say, hey, step away, right? Because that means your brain is cloudy, right? You emotionally tired. You done got flushed 3 times in a row. And then you start saying stuff, it's revolutionary if you think it is. That's not even, man, flush them again, man. It's just, for me, repeating that shit. It's revolutionary if you think it is? What the hell kind of statement is that, Jose?
I can go deeper, but we had 308. But I put the poll in there. Let's see what the squad say. I'm going to stand on that, Joe.
It's revolutionary if he think it is. Oh, my God.
Right now we at 30%. We at 30. Come on, votes. Come on.
People be trying to get people to verify what...
Nah, it ain't no verify. I'm just saying, there's a potential.
No.
There's a potential.
It's not.
Okay.
I would have rather you said like ginseng wine. Right? And the reason why is because like what he doing with NVIDIA, changing the world, how we doing. Yeah. I'm like, all right, Jose, like I ain't mad at that. Like, I think he got a long way to go, but you search?
So it could have been a provocative statement that they just said to get you. It was on, what you saw it on, CNBC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not even worried about them. I'm saying, no, I'm not, you doubled down on it. That's what I'm talking about.
I did.
You went with it. You doubled down.
First off, we have to have, if you notice, it has to be contrarian. I have to say the other side.
No, you don't.
Yeah, it does.
Not with stuff like this.
I do.
Not with stuff like this. Stuff like this, you let it go. You be like, Anyway, let's go a little further, man. God damn. Last one, man. All right, companies with the most cash. I put this last for a reason, man. All right, companies with the most cash. Listen, man, Berkshire, $334 billion in cash, bruh. That's a lot of money, though. Damn, Buffett. You did that, dog. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, he been stacking this bread for the last 3 years. He saw a circus coming. Amazon, $101 billion. Google, $96 billion. Toyota, who would have thought that? $88 billion. Meta, $78 billion. TSMC, $74 billion. Microsoft, $72 billion. Armco, that's the oil company, $69 billion. Alibaba, Jack Ma. And Apple. I remember 2 years ago, Apple had more money than everybody.
I was about to say, you used to say that too.
Apple used to be sitting on a lot of bread, but you got to think, they went to trying to do some things ain't go the right way. Because at one time, they were sitting on like $96 billion.
And I thought they had 100.
Yeah, they had passed 100. They were sitting on it. But that goes to show you how trying to invest, trying to do something, hey, you'll run through that money fast. All my entrepreneurs, let me tell you something. You're going to run through that money fast if you ain't safeguarding it. You know what I'm saying? You got to safeguard that bread. Invest wisely. Invest wisely.
Shout out to Buffett sitting on the money chair.
The OG is, think about this, dog. And he still ain't out just buying a bunch of stuff. That's the crazy part.
It's the right stuff.
He still ain't just like throwing bread out there. He like, yo, I'm sitting on 334 billion. Bro, just imagine you go to your bank account and that thing say balance. Now, that's not his money. That's the company money. But just current balance, $334 billion.
It's crazy.
Nigga. So let me say something right quick. So watch this. So the other day, so I made it to the how I want to say this. So there's people are always looking to say that we are like scamming or something like that. What I will say, the post said, I don't got nothing against Trap, but there's some bullshit right here. But it wasn't me. So a page, Melanin Money page, put that I was worth $100 million. They was like, yo, stock investor, Wallstreet Trapper, use the money from the stock market to buy this building, says he's worth $100 million. So I didn't see it. Somebody sent me the post, and it was on another person's page, and he was like, so the thing said, I don't got nothing against Trap. You know, he a good dude. I just think he buy them expensive ass contracts, but other than that, you know, he a good dude. He on his shit. He said, but ain't no way in hell he worth $100 million, maybe 100 pesos, right? And I laughed at when I saw it, and I said, shit, I ain't know I was worth $100 million either. I said, I ain't never said no shit like that. But I had to call I knew who put the pay. I said, hey, I need you to take that down ASAP, dog.
ASAP. Because you bring it unwanted attention.
He said, what you talking about? I said, hey, you got a post up on your page talking about I'm worth $100 million, dog. Hey, don't do that. One, I never said that. I ain't gonna lie about no money. You know what I'm saying? But two, my nigga, that's a different type.
It's like when Charlamagne looked at your tray, he said, oh, you made $5 million a day.
Yeah, I said, no. I said, no. No. You know what I'm saying?
You read that wrong, brother.
I said, you read that wrong. I said, don't put that up there, bro. I said,
this morning.
I said, hey, don't 100 million, bro? I said, bro, I said, wow. Why would you even put that up there? He was like, no, it was a person on my team. They went got the information from another page. I say, bro, I can't do nothing what people put out there, but hey, on a platform like this, don't do that.
They probably Googled it and
Googled
AI
it. You know, Google
up.
got all kind of stupid stuff up. But he was like, no, we gonna take it down. So he wound up taking it down, you hear me? But I called Toby on a rant. I say, bro, why would somebody do that? I said, if you don't like me, my nigga, just tell me. I'm 100. I say, bro, I still gotta go to New Orleans once a month, my dog. Right. Nah, my nigga, you tripping.
A hundo.
A hundo? Boy, I put on a page, I say, bro, if I was worth 100 million, I would never put that up there, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I was laughing at the comments, though. People was like, yeah, it's 100 pesos. Like, these niggas be lying, bro. But when people saw me, they was like, hey, one thing Trap do, he sliding. I was in the car, I said, hey, bro, I don't really be caring about what the page say, but that just caught, like, don't put that information out there.
You got serious.
I got serious. Like, don't put that, bro, that's bad. Because I don't post that.
Yeah.
You know, I'll post, like, what I make in the market, because that's what we do. So win, lose, or draw, I'll post it up there. But, like, a net worth statement,
they counting up the builders. They said, well, he showed that on the show. He did 100. Give him 100.
Not 100. So the post said 100. So the post said, it's possible. Like, yeah, like it was like a poll. It was like, yeah, it's possible. And then the other one said, yeah, 100 million pesos. I like the 100 million pesos my damn self. 100 million, bro? Nah, we not putting that out there, dog. Somebody in the comments said, Trapper. Somebody was like, man, I rock with Trapper. If he worth 100 million, he'd be off the internet. I said, you know me well.
Right.
100 million, bro? I don't want no attention, partner. I'm probably gonna move to Wyoming somewhere. I'm going you in Yellowstone somewhere. Anyway, man, great show tonight, man. Great show, man. Yeah, it's a facts, man. Like you don't put that out there on nobody's name, dog. You feel me? I ain't one of them. You feel me? Fact, like, man, we still got to go back home, bro. I'm from one of them cities, bro. Like, don't put that out there, fam. You tripping.
Word.
100 million? Oh, bro, come down and go to the corner store every time he come home.
Right.
Hey, don't do that. I'm in the corner store every time I come home.
Getting his
Give me the
joint
gumbo and
dressed.
grilled cheese, bro.
Getting that joint dressed.
Yeah, man, don't do that, man. You tripping. I say take that down, family. Anyway, man, hey, great show tonight, man. Man, listen, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Listen, we are not a show without y'all. Come join Trappers Anonymous for sure. Come join the Patreon for sure. Listen, man, I'm excited because Freedom Center gonna be open, man, before y'all know it, man. You know what I'm saying? I definitely gotta do something for my trappers. I definitely gotta do something for the Patreon community. And Nat, you coming with me. Wyoming it is, you already know. Bringing my baby, hey, we going to Wyoming, you hear me?
He said, let me pack.
Also, man, listen, man, we talked about it early in the show, man. It's not the time to panic. You know, we got the tools to produce wealth, y'all. You know, for the people that have been killing it with the puts, for the people that have been doing that, man, salute. Y'all know, I have this thing in my head where I feel like anybody that go get money out this market, yo, we gotta salute you for that. I don't care if it's $10, I don't care if it's $25, I don't care if it's a hot 500. You ain't got some money out the market. That means you have got proof of concept. And that's what matters. The market don't discriminate. The only thing is we put those beliefs in our own head. And remember, the market not gonna give you what you want, it's gonna give you what you're willing to fight for. Every time. Every time. And I just want all my people to know, man, I'm fighting right along with y'all. We fighting, we growing, we getting better. Cause listen, we all one option play away. We all one buy and hold play away. Not from a dollar amount, but from the freedom, the vision that you have. Not from a dollar amount, but from the freedom through the vision that you have. And so tonight, before you crash out, before you go to sleep, I want you to lay up there and I want you to talk to the big homie upstairs. And I want you to say, God, man, plant that vision in me so I can see it clear. Because you give me the ability to produce wealth. You told me that diligent hands build wealth and lazy hands make for poverty. And I ain't lazy. I just need to see the vision. And I promise you, he gonna give you the vision. It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trapper, man. Make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you share this. Make sure you go look at the Wallstreet Trapper page. We've been putting a lot of dope content out over there. Make sure you, listen, y'all, I gotta do a better job at this, though. Make sure you're going on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, download, share, play it back a couple times if you have to. That does us well, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all have a good night.